The Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller by A. H. No. Preface. To sleep, perchance to dream. Hamlet. This introductory page is inserted, not with the purpose of reviewing the contents of the book accustomed, to our mind, more honored in the breach than the observance, but merely to inform those who look within the pages, the seekers after knowledge concerning the laws of onerology and the bases of fortune-telling, that they will find much to instruct, interest and amuse. While avoiding undue prolixity, the subjects are comprehensively and exhaustively treated, proving it to be more valuable as a book of reference than any other of similar character ever before given to the public. Dreams, and their interpretation. Although much prejudice exists as to the origination of dreams and the various interpretations given them, the fact is incontrovertible that they have, in all ages and among all nations, borne a conspicuous part in shaping destinies. Both sacred and profane history is replete with dreams which have had more or less influence upon the lives of the dreamers. Innumerable are the instances in which have been prefigured in dreams occurrences that have actually taken place, and many dangers have been averted by heeding warnings given during sleep. Of course, it would be unwise to place full credence in the prognostications of all dreams, and equally so to totally disregard them. To both the educated and the illiterate, dreams, of whatever nature, point a moral, and those who heedlessly ignore their lessons often experience cause for regret. Appended will be found a succinct compendium of the scientific and philosophic researches of many gifted in the art of divination. Acquaintance. To dream that you fight with them signifies distraction, especially if the person so dreaming be sick. Adversary. To dream that you receive obstruction from him, shows that you will dispatch your business speedily. Adultery. For a person to dream that they have committed it, shows they will meet great contentions and disputes. Almonds. To dream one sees or eats almonds, signifies difficulties and trouble. Alms. To dream that they are begged of you, and you deny to give them, shows want and misery to the dreamer, but to dream you give them freely is a sign of joy and gladness. Anchor. To dream you see one, signifies great assurance and certain joys. Altar. To dream you uncover or discover an altar, betokens joy and gladness. Angel. To dream you see angels is good, but to speak with or call upon them is evil. Anger. To dream that you have been provoked to anger shows that you have powerful enemies. Angling. To dream that you are angling, betokens much affliction and trouble in something which you desire to get. Apes. To dream you have seen or had anything to do with them, signifies malicious, weak, strange and secret enemies, also a malefactor and deceiver. Apparition. To dream you see an apparition, or spirit, clothed in white, signifies deceit and temptation to sin. Adam. To dream you see this father of men, this inhabitant of paradise, who was betrayed by Eve into sin, is a happy omen. If he looks pleasant, be sure you will succeed in whatever you undertake. If he looks displeased and angry, then you must use great caution in all your dealings, for some mischief is intended you, but you will get the better of it. Be careful, if he speaks to you, to mind what he says, and observe it as faithfully as you possibly can. Absence. To dream of any absent friends. Good news of them, or ill, portends, but if at thy bedside they seem, their deaths, perhaps, may solve thy dream. Abuse. To dream that you are abused and insulted, is a certain sign some dispute will happen between you and some person with whom you have business, therefore after such a dream you should be particularly careful of yourself and be as gentle and mild as possible, that you may not give those with whom you have dealings any advantage over you. Acorns. To dream of acorns do not slight, it promises both strength and might. Ague. To dream you have an ague, denotes that you are in danger of becoming a drunkard and a glutton. To dream your sweetheart has an ague, is a lucky omen, it shows you are beloved, and that you will be happy with the object of your wishes, but never very rich. Apparel. Nothing more demonstrates the events that are about to happen to you, than dreaming of wearing apparel, but almost every color has a different interpretation. And must depend on its being new or old, its fitting you, or being too big or too little. To dream you are dressed in white is a sure token of success in the first object you undertake, and that you will be successful in love, and that your sweetheart is of good temper and amiable disposition. To dream that you are dressed in green denotes that you are about to take a journey to your advantage, and that your sweetheart prefers you to all other lovers. To dream that you are dressed in black is an unlucky omen. To dream that you are dressed in blue denotes happiness. If you dream you are dressed in scarlet, you are thereby warned of some very heavy calamity. To dream you are dressed in yellow is rather lucky than otherwise. To dream you are dressed in crimson indicates that you will live to a good old age, and be neither very fortunate or unfortunate through life. It denotes a dispute between landlord and tenant, which will be settled amicably to the advantage of the latter. To dream that you are dressed in a variety of colors denotes a variety of fortunes is about to attend you. To dream you are fashionably dressed and in good company is very good for the dreamer, he will rise considerably above his present condition. To dream your clothes fit you well and are comfortable to the season of the year is favorable and denotes success. To dream your clothes do not fit you, and that they are not suitable to the season, denotes death of some friend and a loss by fire. To dream you see another dressed in any of the modes above described, forebodes to the person dreamt of the same fortunes. To dream you are dressed in new clothes is a very favorable omen, it portends honors and success to your undertakings. Apparitions. To dream you see a ghost, goblin, specter, and such kind of things, is of a very unfortunate nature. If you are in love, it is a certain sign of your not being beloved in return, depend upon it someone is about to deceive you and that you are friendly with one who is your most inveterate enemy. Arms. To dream your arms are withered is a certain sign that you will decay in health and fortune. To dream they are growing strong signifies that some unexpected success will attend you. To dream that your right arm is cut off denotes you will lose some male relation. To dream your left arm is cut off denotes you will lose some near female relative. For a married woman to dream her arms have grown lusty and strong denotes that she will have many male children, that her husband will arrive at public honors and will grow rich and make many friends. Apples. To dream of apples betokens long life and success, a boy to a woman with child, faithfulness in your sweetheart and riches by trade. Apricots. To dream of apricots denotes health and prosperity, a speedy marriage, dutiful children and success in love. Asses. To dream you see jackasses is a good sign. To dream you are riding on an ass is the forerunner of some foolish quarrel. To dream that you are driving an ass denotes that you will fall into some trouble, of which you will get the better. To dream a donkey runs after you denotes that some slander will be raised against you by some foolish persons, who will be themselves the victims of the scandal raised against you. To dream you see a donkey fall loaded is a very good import and shows that you will be the founder of your own fortune. Attorneys. To dream that you are speaking with them shows hindrance of business and that a man will have little success in his affairs. Armed men. To see them in your dream is a good sign, and denotes one void of fear. To dream you see an armed man fly is a sign of victory, to see men come in arms against you signifies sadness. Action. To dream that you are sent of an errand signifies great loss to the married, to the lover it denotes success in his pursuit, and that he will shortly marry a very amiable and accomplished maiden. For a maiden to dream that she was sent on an errand denotes that she will shortly marry the object of her affections and be very happy. To the sick it denotes a speedy recovery. Ascend. For one to dream they ascend towards the skies is favorable, particularly so if the clouds appear bright. Air. To dream of the atmosphere has a variety of interpretations, and depends entirely on its appearance. If you dream the sky is clear, of a fine blue, calm and serene, then it is a good omen. To dream that it is streaked with white denotes that many severe difficulties will befall you, over which you will eventually triumph. To dream that it was full of thick, dark and heavy clouds, is an unfavorable token. Disappointments will attend you. To dream that the sky is streaked with red and looks fiery, denotes that in love you will be successful, in business not so. It also forewarns you that sickness and trouble will attend your family. Altar. To dream you are at the altar and receiving the Holy Sacrament is a very unfavorable omen, and denotes many heavy and severe afflictions. Adder. A person that dreams of the asp and the adder, is thereby betokened to have stores of money and rich wives. Assassin. To dream of an assassin is a warning not to be neglected. Shun all pretending friends, lend no money, be ever on your guard, and you may escape destruction, which is planned for your ruin. Ants. To dream of these industrious little insects, hath a variety of interpretations, depending on the manner in which you dream of them. If you see them running about, it denotes that you will be a great loser by some plan that you will undertake for gain. If you dream you see them busily employed laying in their winter stores, it is a good omen, things will prosper with you. If they appear to be devoured by other animals, and otherwise injured and trodden upon, then it is a bad omen. If you dream of these insects when you are sick, you must expect to recover very slowly. Auction. To dream you attend an auction is, on the whole, unfavorable. If you purchase, expect loss of property. If you only attend, you are sure to meet with a heavy deprivation of friends and property. If you pass by one, then you will attain, in a few years, all that you moderately desire. Bear. To dream a bear thy step pursues, a cruel foe some mischief brews. Beggars. To dream of beggars is rather unfavorable, especially to lovers and persons in business. To dream they beg alms of you and that you refuse it, denotes misery, want, and a prison. If you are in love, some scandalous person will ruin you with your sweetheart. To dream that you give them alms, indicates success in business, and that you will obtain, after much difficulty, the object of your affections. Your children will be sickly, and narrowly escape many dangers. Bleeding. To dream you are bleeding, denotes loss of goods and character, and that your sweetheart will not marry you. To dream you see another bleeding, indicates that some person who pretends to be your friend is about to take some great advantage of you. To dream you draw blood of another, denotes that you will recover a lawsuit and be successful in love and business. To dream another draws blood of you, is a certain prognostic that you will be unsuccessful in love and in business, and in everything you undertake. Blind. To dream of being blind is a sure sign that you repose your confidence in some person who is your bitter enemy. It denotes also that your sweetheart is unfaithful and prefers another. In business it denotes that you will lose money, and that your servants lack fidelity. Boat. To dream that you are on the water in a boat, provided you are in company, denotes prosperity and success in your undertakings. If you dream you are in a boat alone, it is a bad omen. To dream the boat oversets, is the most fatal of all omens. Bridge. To dream you are crossing over a bridge is a good omen, it denotes prosperity through life, and success in love. To dream you are passing under a bridge, indicates that you will never be perfectly at ease. If you meet with any obstruction on the bridge it foretells a fit of sickness. Are you a lover, it denotes that your sweetheart will be afflicted with illness. To dream a bridge breaks down with you denotes sudden death. Bread. To dream you see a great quantity of loaves of bread, denotes success in life. To dream you are eating good bread, denotes that you will be shortly married. To dream the bread is musty and bad, denotes the loss of friends and that some near relation will shortly die. Brother. To dream you see your brother, denotes a speedy marriage in your family and that the dreamer will not be long-lived. If you are in love it is a favorable omen. Building. To dream of being amongst buildings, denotes that you will change your present place of residence and that you will make many new friends in life. If you are in love it foretells your sweetheart is about to remove at a distance from you, and that you will be in danger of losing the affections of your lover by a new face. Bulls. To dream you are pursued by a bull denotes that many injurious reports will be spread on your character. If you dream the bull gores you, or tosses you, then expect shortly to lose your liberty. It denotes that some person in power will do you an injury. Burning. To dream of burning doth imply a sudden danger, ripe and nigh. Of all escapes you then beware, for though fate threatens, it may spare. Butchers. To dream of seeing butchers is in general a very unlucky omen. It always foretells some injury to the dreamer. If you see them cutting up meat, some of your friends will be hanged, and you will experience much misery and poverty. Bed. To dream you go to the bedside of your lover foretells a speedy marriage. If you dream you go between the sheets, you will have a child within 12 months after marriage, who will become rich and afford you support in your old age. Banquets. To dream of banquets denotes poverty and want. Bat. To dream of bats is very inauspicious. Belly. To dream one's belly is bigger and fuller than ordinary. Shows his family and estate will increase. If one dreams his belly is grown lean and shrunk up, he will be joyfully delivered of some bad accident. If any one dreams that his belly is swelled, and yet notwithstanding be empty, he will become poor, though he be rich in the esteem of many people in the world. If any one dreams his belly aches, he will be afflicted in his family and have many cares upon him. Blowing the fire. To dream you are blowing the fire indicates to the lover that your sweetheart is very angry with you. Barn. To dream of a barn, and that you see it well stored with corn, denotes much good. It foretells to a man that he will marry some rich woman, to a maid, that she will marry a man who will grow very rich by his industry, and be promoted in the state. If you dream you see an empty barn, the reverse will happen. Bathing. To dream of a bath is a very unpropitious omen. Expect after it to experience many mishaps and much sorrow. If you are in love, your sweetheart will experience many crosses and losses, but to dream you are bathing yourself in clear water denotes happiness, prosperity, and success in love. If the water is dirty, then it foretells shame and sorrow, and a disappointment in love. Beheading. To dream you see anyone beheaded is a good omen. If you are in love, you will marry the object of your affections. If you are in prison, you will speedily gain your liberty. Bells. To dream you hear the bells ringing denotes a speedy marriage and that you will receive some very good news. Bees. To dream they sting you denotes loss of character, and if you are in love, of your sweetheart. To dream you see them at work is a very lucky dream. It forebodes great success by your own industry. To dream you see them making their honey under your own roof is the best omen in the world. For the rich to dream of bees is rather unlucky, but to the poor, they denote comfort, affluence and success. Beard. For a man to dream he has a long beard denotes good fortune. If he is in trade, he will thrive. If he is in love, he will marry the present object of his affections, who will bring him some money. If he is a farmer, it denotes good crops, and an addition to his farm. If a married woman dreams of a beard, it is unlucky. It foretells the loss of her husband and that she will fall into great distress. If a maid dreams of a beard, it denotes that she will be quickly married and that the fruit of her womb is a boy. For a woman to dream that she has a beard is a very lucky omen, and denotes that she will speedily attain her most sanguine desires. Battle. To dream of battle in the streets forewarns you against secret enemies who will endeavor to harm you. If you are in love, your sweetheart is false to you. Bacon. To dream of bacon denotes the death of some friend or relation and that enemies will endeavor to do you mischief. In love, it denotes disappointment and discontent. Back. To dream you see your back betokens some uneasiness, for the back to be broken or hurt shows you will be scoffed at by your enemies, yet to dream of the backbone signifies health and success in love, marriage and business. Basin. To dream of a basin signifies a good maid, and to dream you eat or drink therein shows you have a love to the servant maid. For a man to see himself in a basin as in a glass denotes he shall have children by a servant maid. Beech and myrtle trees signifies wanton women and are good for those who would undertake any such business, to others they are pain and labor. Beans. To dream you are eating beans always signifies trouble and dissension. Beets. To dream of eating beets signifies freedom from trouble and expedition on business, because they make the body soluble. Burial. To dream a burial passes by, news of the living doth imply. Briars and brambles. If you dream you are passing through places covered with these things, it portends troubles. If they prick you, secret enemies will do you an injury with your friends, and unfavorable tales will make your sweetheart shy of you. If they draw blood of you, expect heavy losses in trade. If you dream you pass through them without injury, then you will at last triumph over all your enemies and become happy. Bells. To dream one hears ringing of bells, if of a sanguine complexion, brings them good news, but to others, it shows alarms, murmurings, disturbances and commotions. Birding. To dream you catch birds, signifies profit and pleasure. Bird's nest. To dream you find one is a good sign. To dream you find one without eggs or birds, shows you will meet with great disappointments. Birth. To dream of one's birth is good for him that is poor, but to him that is rich, this dream signifies that others shall rule over him against his will. Blind man's buff. To dream that one plays blind man's buff, signifies prosperity, joy, and pleasure. Blossoming of trees. To dream you see all sorts of trees blossoming, is a sign of joy, comfort and recreation. Brewing and baking. To dream of brewing and baking is the sign of an ill housewife, who lies dreaming in bed, when she should be at work and doing her business. Breast. To dream that you have hairy breasts and the tap cup covered with hair, denotes great gain and profit to men, but to a woman, loss of her husband. If a young married woman dreams that her breasts are full and spurting out milk, it signifies that she is with child and that it will be a perfect birth. If a virgin dreams thus, she is near her marriage. If a woman dreams she has sore breasts, she is threatened with death. Broth. To dream of eating broth is a good sign and signifies profit and gain. Buried alive. For a man to dream he is buried alive, signifies he shall have much wealth. Burned. For a man to dream he is burned, signifies, according to the interpretations of the Persians and Egyptians, that he shall be rich, honored and respected, but if he imagines that he was burned by a fire that did not quite consume him, he will inevitably perish in the end. Basket. For a man to dream of baskets is evil, it denotes decay of business to a merchant, want of employment to a mechanic, and loss of place to a servant, but if a woman dreams she receives a number of baskets it is a good omen, and especially so if well filled. To a maiden it denotes that she will have many new lovers, to a wife, that she will have an increase in her family, and to the widow, that she will soon marry again. Bonnet. For a maiden to dream she gets a new bonnet, gives promise of a new lover, but Mother Shipton says that much depends on the color. If green, he will be deceitful; if blue, he will prove affectionate; if pink, his love will not be lasting; if yellow or white, he will quickly improve marriage. But if a female loses her bonnet, it behooves her to be guarded of her virtue, for she is in danger of being led astray. If it be blown off, she will have something she dearly prizes stolen from her. Buttons. To dream of bright buttons is seldom good; if rusty, it portends misfortune; if covered, sadness. If a man dreams he has lost all the buttons of his clothes, it is a sign he will not live long. Cards. To dream that you are playing at cards is a sure prognostic that you will be in love, and speedily married. If you hold a great many picture cards, your marriage will be the means of making you rich and happy. If your cards are mostly diamonds, the person you marry will be of a sour and disagreeable temper. If they are mostly hearts, your marriage will cement love, and you will be very happy and have many children. If they are mostly clubs, you will get money by your marriage. If they are mostly spades, your marriage will turn out very unhappy and your children will be unfaithful and subject to many hardships. If you are in expectation of a place, you will get it, and if you are in business you will be successful. Cats. To dream of these domestic animals is indicative of much trouble and vexation. It denotes to the lover that your sweetheart is treacherous. If you keep servants, they are unfaithful, and will rob you. To dream you kill a cat, denotes that you discover a thief and prosecute him to conviction. Expect also to lose your own liberty through some pretended friend. Cattle. To dream you see cattle feeding, denotes great prosperity and unexpected success. To a lover it foretells a happy marriage, with many children, and to a man it shows that his wife will receive some unexpected legacy. To dream you are driving cattle denotes that you will become rich by industry. If you are in love it shows that you have many rivals, but that you will distance them all. To dream you see fat cattle also denotes a plentiful year. To dream you see lean and hungry cattle, denotes scarcity and famine. Clock. To dream you hear the clock strike, denotes that you will be speedily married, and that you will be moderately successful in life. To dream you are counting the hours, if in the forenoon, shows much happiness, and that your sweetheart is true to you, but if in the afternoon, that misfortune and danger will attend you, and that your sweetheart is false and loves another. Coach. To dream you are riding in a coach is a very unlucky omen. It foretells poverty and disgrace. If you are in love, your sweetheart will be idle and bad-tempered. If you are in trade, you will become bankrupt, and if you are a farmer, your goods will be seized for rent. It also denotes that the dreamer will shortly be in prison. Coals. To dream of coals is a very unlucky omen. It denotes much affliction and trouble. To dream you see coals burning, if they are very clear and bright, is a good sign. To dream you see the coals extinguished and reduced to cinders, denotes death, either to yourself or some near relation or friend. It also indicates great losses, and forewarns you of beggary and prison. Comets. To dream you see one of these extraordinary ethereal substances, is ominous of war, plague, famine, and death. To the lover it forebodes an entire frustration of his hopes, to the farmer, failure of crops, and to the seaman, storms and shipwrecks. After such a dream change, if possible, your present place of residence. Cook. Dream you're busy with a cook, and for a wedding shortly look, corn. To dream you see fields of corn, or that you are among unthrashed corn, is a very favorable omen. It denotes success in business. To the lover it announces that you will marry, have many children, and become rich and happy. If you are a sailor, it denotes a lucrative voyage and fine weather, and that you will be near marrying in the next port you touch at. If you dream you are gathering ripe corn, it is the most fortunate dream you can have. Crowns. To dream you see these emblems of royalty, portend success and elevation to dignities, either in the church or state. For a maid to dream of a crown, shows she will marry a very industrious man, or one who is rich. Crutches. To dream you are walking on crutches, is a very unfavorable omen. To dream you see another walking on crutches, denotes that these things will happen to some friend. If you are a married man, then that your wife is inconstant, if a married woman, then that the husband is ruining himself with some harlot. Currents. To dream of currents prefigures happiness in life, success in undertakings, constancy in your sweetheart, handsome children to the married, riches to the farmer and tradesman. Church. To dream of church is portentous of evil. If you are in a church during divine service, you will be engaged in a lawsuit, or some other quarrel that will very near ruin you. If you are in love, your sweetheart is unfaithful, and prefers another. If you expect a place, it forebodes disappointment. If you are in trade, you will never thrive in your present situation. Cage. To dream of letting birds out of a cage denotes a speedy marriage. To a person in business it denotes success, and to a farmer it denotes good crops. Cain. To dream of the firstborn son of man, who was Adam's eldest son, is a very unfavorable omen. After such a dream, let the dreamer travel into another part of the country and form new connections. Cakes. To dream you are eating cakes denotes happiness and prosperity. Dream that cakes you knead and make, you thrive and many profits take. Candles. To dream you see candles burning, if they burn clear and bright, that you will be speedily married. To dream that new candles are brought in, denotes that by the interference of friends, all your disputes will be amicably adjusted and that your sweetheart will recover from a fit of sickness. A light that burns both bright and clear, denotes some pleasant letter near. But if dull the candle grows, it certain disappointment shows. Cheese. To dream of cheese is not in vain, in trade you will profit gain. Chickens. To dream of a hen and chickens is the forerunner of ill luck. Your sweetheart will betray you and marry another. If you are a farmer, you will have a bad crop and lose many of your poultry. If you are in trade, some sharper will defraud you. If you go to sea, you will lose your goods and narrowly escape shipwreck. Chess. If any one dreams that he plays at chess with an acquaintance, it is a sign that he will fall out with somebody he knows, and if he imagines in his dream he wins, he shall overcome his enemies. And on the contrary, if he dream that he loses, he will be overcome and worsted in the combat. Clouds. To dream of white clouds signifies prosperity. Clouds mounting high from the earth denotes voyages, the return of the absent, and revealing of secrets. Clouds red and inflamed show an ill issue of affairs. To dream of dark and obscure clouds shows an ill time of anger. Caterpillars. To dream you see caterpillars signifies ill luck and misfortune by secret enemies. Chains, pearls, precious stones, earrings, and all adornings of the hands and necks of women, are good dreams to the fair sex. To widows and maids they signify marriage, and to those that have husbands and children, purchases and riches, for as women are provided with these deckings, so shall they be stored with husbands, children and goods. Chariot. To dream of driving a chariot drawn by wolves, leopards, dogs, tigers, or such like beasts, is only good to such as have great enemies. To dream to be drawn in a chair by men is good. Cheeks. To dream one hath cheeks plump, fat and of vermilion tincture, is good to all, especially women, but to dream that you are lean, pale, and full of wrinkles, signifies grief and heaviness. Capon. To dream that a capon crows, signifies sadness and trouble. Carrion. To dream of carrion, signifies sadness. Carrots. To dream of carrots, signifies profit and strength to them which are at law for inheritance, for we pluck them out of the ground with our hands. Branches, strings and veins. Cart. To dream of being tied to a cart, to draw like an horse or an ox, denotes servitude and pain to everybody, but to dream that you are carried in a cart or coach, the contrary. Coal pit. To dream of being in the bottom of a coal pit, signifies marrying with a widow, for he that marries her shall never sound the depth of her policies. Combing. For any person to dream of combing him or herself, is good, both for man or woman, for it signifies to get out of evil times or affairs. Comfort. To dream you have comforts of any one, betokens to the rich and happy, injury and mishap, but to the poor and afflicted, aid and comfort. Command. To dream you command any one, signifies trouble. To dream you see one command, signifies anger and authority. Complexion. To dream you see an unknown person of a brown complexion, is a sign of glory, honor, success and dispatch of business. If one dreams he sees a woman of a very brown complexion, it signifies a very dangerous disease. If you see a woman unknown in your dream, with long and comely hair, with clear complexion, it is a very good sign. Corns. For a man to dream his flesh is full of corns, shows he will grow rich proportionately to his corns. Crocodile. To dream of a crocodile, signifies pirates or robbers at sea, or wicked periods in any sort like the crocodile. Cross. To dream you see a cross carried along. Signifies sadness. Cross purposes. To dream one plays at cross purposes signifies prosperity, joy, pleasure, health and concord among friends and relations. Crow. To dream you see a crow signifies expedition of business. To dream you see a crow flying is ill luck, and if you hear them croaking unpleasantly, the dream is so much the worse. If you dream the crow flies on the head of a child, it will be in great danger of some misfortune. Cypress trees. To dream you see a cypress tree denotes affliction in business. Crowing. To dream you are crowing, or that you hear others crowing, denotes ill luck, especially to lovers, but to dream that you hear pigeons crowing is good, especially to the newly married, as it denotes happiness. Crawl. To dream that you are crawling on the floor is bad, but to dream that you are crawling on the roof of a house is good, particularly to the lovers, as it is a sure sign they will be married. Children. To dream you see children denotes success in your undertakings. To dream you see a child born denotes a speedy marriage and that you will be very happy with your family. To dream you see a child die imports that you will experience some very heavy misfortune, and that your sweetheart will marry another. To dream you see children dirty and ragged denotes that some friend will endeavor to prevail upon you to commit an act by which your reputation will be endangered. It also denotes that you will be in prison and experience poverty. For a maiden to dream she is with child denotes that some man will attempt to rob her of her chastity, and that if she resists she will marry and be very happy. Climbing. To dream that you are climbing up a tree denotes that you will be successful in life. To dream you are climbing up a very steep hill or place foretells many difficulties in life, and much sickness. If you reach the top, you will get over all your difficulties and recover from your illness, but if you awake before you have attained the top, you will be disappointed in love and all other projects and die in your next illness. Cherries. To dream of cherries is a disappointment in life, vexation in the married state and slight in love. Cucumbers. To dream of cucumbers denotes recovery to the sick, and that you will speedily fall in love, or that if you are in love, you will marry the object of your affection. It also denotes moderate success in trade. To the sailor it foretells a pleasant voyage and a sweetheart in a distant climate. Coffin. To dream of one denotes the death of a friend or some near relation. Disease. To dream you have any disease promises prompt and speedy employment. Dragon. To dream you see a dragon signifies riches and gain of great treasure. Dancing. To dream that you are dancing at a ball, wake, or entertainment foretells that you will shortly receive some joyful news from a long-absent friend, and that you are about to inherit some unexpected legacy, for it foretells success and happiness in love. That your sweetheart is kind. Deer. To dream you see deer in a park denotes war and famine, to the lover it foretells some unpleasant dispute with his sweetheart. Dice. To dream you are playing at dice or backgammon denotes much good to the dreamer, in either love, marriage, or trade. Dirt. To dream of dirt signifies sickness and dishonor. To dream you fall in the dirt signifies that you shall be treacherously dealt with. Ditches. To dream of deep ditches, steep mountains, rocks, and other eminences surely foretells danger and misfortune. Expect thieves to rob your dwelling, that your children will be undutiful and bring you into trouble. If you are in love, it foretells unhappiness if you marry your present sweetheart. If you are in trade, it denotes loss of goods, if not of liberty. Dogs. To dream of these faithful and domestic animals has very different significations, according to the manner in which you see them. If they fawn and fondle upon you, then it is a very lucky omen. If you are in love, your sweetheart will marry you and be very happy. If they are barking and snarling at you, then depend that enemies are secretly endeavoring to destroy your reputation and happiness. If you are in love, be careful of your sweetheart. Drowning. To dream you are drowning, or that you see another drowned or drowning, portends good to the dreamer. To the lover it denotes that your sweetheart is good-tempered and inclined to marry you. Dead. To dream of talking with dead folks is a good, auspicious dream, and signifies a boldness of courage and a very clear conscience. To dream a man is dead that is alive and in health, signifies great trouble and being overthrown at law. Darkness. To dream you are in a very dark place, or that you are in the dark, is a very unfavorable omen. To dream you get out of darkness into light, denotes good to the dreamer. Expect also to hear some glad tidings from a far distant country. Death. To dream of death, denotes that you will either be speedily married yourself, or else assist at a wedding. To dream that you are dead, also denotes a speedy marriage, and that you will be successful in your undertakings. To dream you see another person dead, denotes unkind usage from your friends. Drunkenness. To dream you are drunk, is one of those dreams by which the dreamer is forewarned of that of which at present he knows nothing. It denotes that some person whom yet you do not know, will become a very good friend and promote your welfare. To a woman, it denotes that she will be beloved by an excellent man whom yet she has not seen, and to a man it denotes that he is tenderly beloved by a woman whom he does not at present think of, who will make him extremely happy, and bring him money. Dairy. To dream you are in a dairy busy at work, is a very favorable omen. To the maid it indicates that her lover will be of an industrious turn. And that if she marries, she will have children, and her husband will become rich and rise to honor. To the farmer it denotes that his crops will be abundant, but that he will lose some of his livestock by thieves. Devil. To dream of this enemy to the human race, denotes that many dangers will threaten you, all of which you will overcome. If you are in love, it forebodes that someone is endeavoring to alienate the affection of your sweetheart, but will be unsuccessful. Dolphin. To dream of a dolphin shows to seafaring men a wind from the place whence you dream he cometh. But to dream you see the dolphin out of water, signifies the death of friends. Drink. To dream you drink cold water, is good, but hot signifies sickness and hindrance of affairs. To dream you drink wine with moderation, is good. To drink oil, signifies poison. To dream you are drinking when you are dry from a stream or fountain, is a sign of sickness. If a man dreams he is drunk with sack, or some sweet, pleasant drink, it is a sign he will be beloved by some lady and grow rich thereby. Dunghill. To dream you stand on a dunghill is a favorable omen. It is a sure forerunner of success in everything undertaken at this time. For a maiden to dream she is on a dunghill, is a sign that she will marry the choice of her affections, who will be a man of some importance. Daisy. It is good to dream of daisies in the spring or summer, but bad in fall or winter. Dandelions. To dream of gathering dandelions is ominous to one. To dream you see a large bed of them denotes that you have many new enemies forming, who will do you much injury in secret. If one in love dreams of dandelions, be sure their sweetheart is playing them false. Eagles. To dream you see an eagle soaring very high in the air, denotes prosperity, riches and honor. To the lover it foretells success in love and a happy marriage. To dream you see an eagle perched on the steeple of a church, or on any high eminence, is a very good omen. It denotes that in some arduous undertaking you will be successful and thereby arrive at riches and honor. It also denotes that the dreamer will make his fortune beyond the sea. If a woman with child dreams of an eagle, then it denotes that her offspring will marry well and be very happy. Eggs. To dream you are buying or selling eggs, is a very favorable omen. Whatever you are then about will succeed, whether it be love, trade, or getting a place. To dream that you are eating eggs, denotes that you will shortly have a child and that your affairs will go well. To dream your eggs are broken, denotes loss of goods, quarrels and poverty. If you are in love, it forebodes a separation between you and your sweetheart. Elderberries. To dream of elderberries augurs content and riches. To a maiden they bespeak a speedy marriage. To a married woman, that she will shortly be with child, to the tradesman, success in business, to the farmer, good crops. Elephants. To dream of an elephant is a very fortunate dream, it denotes acquirement of riches. If you are in love, it denotes a speedy marriage with your sweetheart, and many children, chiefly boys, who will distinguish themselves by their learning. Eclipse. To dream you see an eclipse of the moon, denotes that you will lose some female friend, your mother, if she be living. You will experience a great uneasiness on account of a woman. Your sweetheart will prove unfaithful. Poverty will overtake you and misery end your days. To dream you see an eclipse of the sun, denotes that you will lose some male friend, your father, if he be alive, and that you will experience some uneasiness by the means of some troublesome friends. To a woman with child it foretells a son, who will be a great man. Earthquake. To dream of an earthquake, warns you that your affairs are about to take a great change. If you see many houses tumble into ruins, then it will be much for the better. Eyes. To dream you lose your eyes, is a very unfortunate omen. It denotes decay of circumstances, loss of friends, death of relations and miscarriage in love. If a woman with child dreams of it, it denotes that the child will be very unhappy and lose its liberty. Execution. To dream of the execution of offenders, shows that you will be suddenly sought after for relief by some that are in great want and extremity. Earthworms. To dream of earthworms, signifies secret enemies that endeavor to ruin and destroy us. Ear. If a man dreams his ears be fair and well-shaped, it shows he shall come to great renown, but if he dreams his ears are ill-favored and deformed, it shows the contrary. This dream is ill to a servant, and those who have a lawsuit, if he be a plaintiff or the defendant, but it is good to an artificer or one that worketh with his hands, for he shall have many that will employ him. To dream that one picks or cleans his ears, betokens that good news shall come forth one side or other. But to dream that the ears have been beaten or chafed, signifies we shall hear ill news. If any one dreams his ear is hurt or split, he will be offended by someone that belongs to him, or by some friend. If he dream that his ear is quite off, he shall be utterly deprived of their friendship. Eve. To dream you see the mother of all men, is a favorable omen. It denotes great happiness to the lover. Eyebrows. To dream the eyebrows are hairy and of a good grace, is good, especially to a woman. But if either men or women dream their eyebrows are more large or comely than they used to be, it is a sign they will succeed in the matrimonial way. Evil spirits. To dream evil spirits obstruct your doing good under a show of devotion, denotes obstruction in your affairs by a hypocrite, and if you dream that you see hideous physiognomies, something vulgar will be revealed to you. Eating. To dream that you are eating is a very unfavorable omen, it portends disunion in your family, losses in trade, and disappointment in love, storms and shipwrecks by sea. Enemy. To dream you talk to an enemy, is a caution to beware of him. To dream you fight with and are worsted by him, denotes that you will meet with some misfortune which has threatened you for some time. Eels. To dream of eels, signifies to beware of slippery pursuits and uncertain speculations. If the eels escape you, you will be jilted in love. If you hold them, honor and happiness will be in store for you. Elf. To dream of an elf signifies a happy return of one long absent, presents of value may be expected after this dream, which also signifies marriage, with wealth, position and happiness. Elopement. To dream of a friend's elopement, signifies marriage against the wishes of your friends, and unhappiness. To dream of your own elopement, betokens entering into ruinous speculations in love or business. Epitaph. To read or write an epitaph in your dream signifies much good to come from a secret friend. To read your own epitaph signifies marriage with one now an entire stranger, of great wealth and position. Equipage. To dream of possessing one signifies complete happiness, with the gratification of every wish, however extravagant. Face. To dream your face is swelled shows that you will accumulate wealth. If you are in love, it denotes that your sweetheart will receive an unexpected legacy and marry you. Fall. To dream you fall from any high place, or from a tree, denotes loss of place and goods. If you are in love, it surely indicates that you will never marry the present object of your affections. Feet. To dream you are near a river or fountain and that you wash your feet, signifies molestation and trouble. To dream of one scratching the soles of your feet, signifies loss by flattery. Fan. If a maiden dreams she has been fanned by a man, she will soon make a new conquest, or marry the present object of her affections. For a man to dream he is fanning a person, signifies that he will soon meet with many changes in his affairs. Furniture. To dream of getting new furniture that pleases you, is good. If it seems not to please, the dream is a bad one. To be pleased with furniture, denotes health, happiness and prosperity. To display furniture, denotes trouble, perhaps a death or a funeral. Faction. To dream of being engaged in faction or sedition, denotes wealth by indirect ways. Father-in-law. To dream one sees his father-in-law, either dead or alive, is ill, especially if he dreams that he uses violence or threatening. Fish ponds. To dream of fish ponds, denotes thriving. Flageolet. To dream that you play or hear playing on a flageolet, denotes trouble and contention, and being overthrown at law. Flesh. If anyone dreams he is increased in flesh, he will gain wealth. On the contrary, if he dreams he is grown lean and thin, if he be rich, he will grow poor, or at least conceal his wealth, and he will be in a mean condition. To dream of eating all sorts of meat, whether flesh or fish, signifies either neglect of business, or anger and sickness. Flies. To dream of a swarm of flies, denotes that you have many enemies. It also denotes that your sweetheart is not sincere, and cares but little about you. To dream you kill them is a very good omen. Flute. To dream you play or hear playing on a flute, signifies trouble and contention. Fool. For a man to dream he is a fool, is good for those who would govern and teach children. Folly. For a woman to dream she is become foolish, and is publicly guilty of folly, is a sign she will have a boy, who in time will grow great. If a maid, she will be speedily married, and that to an honest man. Forest. To dream that you are walking in a forest, signifies trouble. Fields. To dream you are in green fields, is a very favorable omen. To dream you are in plowed fields, forebodes some severe disputes that will be brought upon you by some person who has no children. To the lover, it denotes disappointment, to the married, unhappiness and undutiful children, to the tradesman, loss of business and a prison. To dream you are in a meadow covered with flowers, is a very favorable omen. If you are soliciting a place or favor, it portends you will surely obtain it. Figs. To dream of figs, is the forerunner of prosperity and happiness. To the lover, they denote the accomplishment of your wishes. To the tradesman, increase of trade. They are also indicative of legacy. Fighting. To dream you are fighting, denotes to the lover that you will lose the object of your affections through a foolish quarrel. It also forebodes much opposition to your wishes, with loss of character and property. After such a dream, you are urgently recommended to quit your present situation, because such a dream indicates that you will not prosper in it. To the sailor it denotes storm and shipwreck, with disappointment in love. Fire. To dream of this subtle element, denotes health and happiness to the lover. Marriage to the object of his affections and many children. It also denotes that you will be very angry with someone on a trifling occasion. To dream you see burning lights descending as it were from heaven, is a very bad sign indeed. It portends some dreadful accident to the dreamer, such as being hanged, losing your head, having your brains dashed out, breaking your legs, getting into prison, or other strange accidents. To the lover, it also denotes the loss of the affections of your sweetheart. To the tradesman, bad success in business. To dream that you are burnt by fire denotes great danger, and that enemies will injure you. To the sailor, storms and shipwreck. Fishing. To dream you are fishing is a sure sign of sorrow and trouble. If you catch any fish, you will be successful in love and business. If you catch none, you will never marry your present sweetheart, nor succeed in your present undertakings. If they slip out of your hands after you have caught them, the person you marry will be of a roving disposition, and some pretended friend will deceive you. Filberts. To dream of filberts forebodes much trouble and anger from friends. To the tradesman, they denote a prison and decay of trade, to the lover, a complete disappointment. To the married, care and undutiful children. Fingers. To dream you cut your fingers, if they bleed, is a very good omen. You will be successful in love, and your sweetheart will prove kind and true. You will get money from a quarter that you least expect, and be successful in your enterprises. If you dream that they do not bleed, then it denotes damage by a variety of accidents. That lawsuits will attend you, and that you will be unsuccessful in most of your pursuits. In love you will not succeed with your present sweetheart, who prefers another. To dream you lose your fingers denotes the loss of friends, servants, goods, trade and sweethearts. Feasting. To dream that you are at a feast denotes that you will meet with many disappointments, particularly in the thing which you are most anxious about. In love it forebodes much uneasiness between sweethearts, and to them which are married it foretells undutiful children, with many heavy losses. Fleas. To dream you are tormented with these little insects is unfavorable. Floods. To dream of a flood shows that you will meet with great opposition from rich neighbors, and that a rich rival will attempt to alienate the affections of your mistress. To the tradesman it denotes lawsuits, loss of business, and a prison. To the sailor, it denotes much success by sea, but danger on shore. To the farmer, it indicates loss of cattle and a dispute with the landlord. To dream you are drowned in a flood denotes that you will quit your native land and after many hardships and perils return to it rich and happy. That you will marry a pretty woman and have fine children. Flowers. To dream you are gathering flowers is a very favorable omen. Expect to thrive in everything you undertake and that you will be successful in love, marry happily and have beautiful children. Should they wilt in your hands, then expect heavy losses in trade, that your sweetheart will die, or, if you are married, that you will lose your husband or wife and also your favorite child. Flying. To dream you are flying is a very excellent omen. It foretells elevation of fortune. That you will arrive at dignity in the state and be happy. If you are in love, your sweetheart will be true to you, and if you marry, you will have many children, who will all do very well and be very happy. It indicates that you will take a long journey, which will turn out advantageous to you. Forge. To dream of working a smith's forge denotes a brain full of projects. The blowing with the bellows signifies the getting of a wife and the hammering on the anvil her scolding tongue. Fortune. If any man become poor after he hath been rich, dreams he has the same land and possessions he had before, it signifies that his good fortune will return. Fountain. To dream that you are at a fountain is a very favorable omen. If the waters are clear, it denotes riches and honors, and in love, it foretells great happiness in the marriage state, and that your sweetheart is of an amiable disposition and true to you, but if the waters appear muddy, then it denotes vexation and trouble, disappointment in business, inconstancy in your sweetheart and misery in the marriage state. Fox. To dream of this crafty animal is the forerunner of much difficulty. If you are in love, your sweetheart will turn out of a sour, disagreeable, ill-natured disposition. If you are in trade, sharpers will endeavor to defraud you and overreach you in bargains. Friend. To dream you see a friend dead betokens hasty news of a joyful nature. If you are in love, it foretells a speedy marriage with the object of your affections. Frogs. To dream of frogs is a very favorable omen. To the farmer, it foretells good crops and an increase of his livestock. To the tradesman, it denotes success in business. To the lover, a faithful sweetheart. To the married, an increase of children, who will be very happy. To the sailor, pleasant and prosperous voyages, with a wife in a distant country. Fruits. If you dream of fruits when out of season, or that you are gathering them when green, denotes sickness. If you dream they are rotten, it foretells poverty. To dream of gathering ripe fruit, when there is plenty, betokens happiness and riches, and the speedy receipt of money. If you gather fruit from an old withered tree, it is a sign that you will unexpectedly inherit the effects of some aged person. To dream you have made yourself sick by eating fruit is a sorrowful omen. Funeral. To dream of a burial denotes speedy marriage, and that you will hear of the death or imprisonment of some near relation or esteemed friend. It also foretells the acquisition of wealth, and that an estate will fall to you from a distant relation by your mother's side. If you see any particular person attending a funeral, either that person, or some friend of his, will die and leave you something. If there is a hearse with feathers on it, you will marry some rich person yourself, or assist at some relation's wedding, who will marry well and be a friend to you. Fairy. For a maiden to dream she sees a fairy, shows she will soon change her present state by becoming the wife of a good husband. It is good for women under any circumstances to dream of fairies. But it denotes evil to men, and no man should undertake any important matter for several days after, or it will surely end in his being disappointed. Files. To dream of dealing in files prognosticates activity. To purchase files shows you will have many applications to attend to business. To sell files shows you will have others to work for you, yielding profitably. Flambeau. To dream of flambeaux is a sign of trouble, excitement and distress. To the merchant, losses at sea. To the mechanic, want of employment. To lovers, deceit and treachery. Flag. To dream of raising a flag signifies that your name will be widely known. To dream of seeing a flag floating signifies good news. Furnace. To dream of seeing a furnace indicates a quarrel which will cost you dear friends. If you heat the furnace, you will be the only sufferer. Ferry. To dream of crossing a ferry signifies that indecision in an important matter will make you the laughingstock of your friends. Fortress. If you are confined in a fortress in your dream, your plans in life will suffer from undue influence of others. If you dream of placing others in confinement, look for valuable goods, which will enrich you. Fairs. To dream of going to fairs threatens the person so dreaming with having his pockets picked, or robbed in some other way. Gloves. To dream of receiving a gift of a pair of gloves signifies an offer of friendship. If the gloves are light, the connection will be pleasant. If dark, it is doubtful. To receive a package of gloves signifies much good offered to you at one time. To present gloves in a dream signifies a gift in charity. To dream of old, ragged gloves signifies disappointment and deceit from your dearest friends. Ghost. To dream of seeing it signifies a marriage in the family. If you dream it speaks, prepare to die. Gallows. To dream of the gallows is a most fortunate omen. It shows that the dreamer will become rich and arrive at great honors. To the lover, it shows the consummation of his most sanguine wishes. And that by marriage he will become rich and happy, have many children, particularly a son, who will become a great man, and be the founder of his family's honor. Garden. To dream you are walking in a garden is of a very favorable nature. It portends elevation in fortune and dignity. To the lover, it denotes great success and an advantageous marriage. To the tradesman, it promises increase of business. To the farmer, plentiful crops, and to the sailor, prosperous voyages. Geese. To dream of geese is a forerunner of good. Expect to see a long-absent friend. They denote success and riches to the dreamer in the furtherance of his pursuits. In love, they augur speedy marriage and fidelity in your sweetheart. Giants. To dream of seeing giants is ominous of good. Gifts. To dream you have anything given you is a sign that some good is about to happen to you. It also denotes that a speedy marriage will take place between you and your sweetheart. To dream you have given anything away is the forerunner of adversity. And in love denotes sickness and inconstancy in your sweetheart or partner. Glass. To dream of glass marks inconstancy in your sweetheart, and in business of bad success in your undertakings in life. To dream you break glass shows that your sweetheart will forsake you, and that you will unexpectedly meet with misfortunes and troubles. To dream you receive a glass full of water is indicative of a speedy marriage and that you will have many children, who will all do well. If the glass appears broken, the death of your sweetheart, or, if married, of your spouse, is predicted. For a woman with child, or a married man whilst his wife is with child, to dream of breaking a glass of wine or water denotes that the child in the womb will be preserved after much danger, and perhaps the death of the mother. If either of them dream that they spill wine or water, it is indicative that the mother will live but the child will die. Globe. To dream that you are looking at a globe foretells much good, and that you will become a great traveler. Gold. To dream of gold is a very good omen. It denotes success in your present undertakings, after experiencing some little difficulties. If you receive gold in bars, you will inherit an estate in a far distant country, and have some trouble in getting possession of it. If you receive eagles or any other gold coin, your affairs will prosper, your sweetheart will be true and marry you, you will have many children and be very happy. If you pay gold, it betokens an increase of friends and business. If you let gold fall, it denotes an attack from thieves. If you are in trade, some swindler will attempt to defraud you. If you pick up gold, it denotes that some quarrel will be settled to your advantage. If you are in prison, it shows you will speedily be released. It also denotes the death of a husband or wife. If you are married. If single, of your sweetheart. Good. To dream that we do good to one signifies jollity and pleasure, and to dream that others do us good is profit and gain. Gooseberries. To dream of gooseberries indicates many children, chiefly sons, and an accomplishment of your present pursuits. To the sailor, they declare dangers in his next voyage. To the maiden, a proving husband, and to the man, a rakish wife. Grapes. To dream of grapes foretells to the maiden that her husband will be a cheerful companion and a great songster. They denote much happiness in marriage and success in trade. If you are in love, they augur a speedy union between you and your sweetheart. Grave. To dream you see a grave foretells sickness and disappointment. If you are in love, you will surely never marry your present sweetheart. If you go into the grave, it shows you will experience a loss of property and that false friends will defame you. If you come out of the grave, it denotes success in your undertakings, that you will rise in the world, become rich, and if you are in love, that you will speedily marry your sweetheart. If you take another out of the grave, you will be the means of saving the life of a person who will be a very great friend to you, and receive some unexpected legacy. Grain. To dream you see any kind of grain and that one gathers it, signifies profit and gain. Games. To dream one plays at ball or top, signifies travail and pains, and to gain wealth by contention and injury. To leap, run, or dance, signifies prosperity in affairs, but to dance without music foretells want of money. Garlic. For a man to dream he eats garlic, signifies he shall discover hidden secrets and meet with some domestic jars. Yet to dream he has it in the house, is good. Gibbet. To dream you see a person hanging on a gibbet, is a sign of damage and great affliction. Girdle. To dream that you are girt with an old girdle signifies labor and pains. A new girdle signifies honor. Gin. To dream of drinking gin forebodes short life, and many changes will happen very suddenly, which will be chiefly very pleasant, but that they will end with dissatisfaction. Gondola. If a female dreams she is sailing in a gondola, she will speedily marry a person who will make her happy. If a man dream he is in a gondola, in smooth water, it is an excellent dream, but if the water be muddy or troubled, it denotes much strife. Guns. To dream you see people firing off guns or cannon, augurs that the dreamer will experience much adversity. To dream that they are firing at you, shows that you will be exposed to many perilous dangers, such as shipwreck, assassination, or loss of liberty. If you are firing at them yourself, it foretells that you will be involved in a lawsuit that will prove prejudicial to you. Hay. To dream you cut it, signifies that you will have great influence in society. To dream of raking it together, denotes that you will stand at the head of assemblies. Hills. To dream you are traveling over high hills and wading through great difficulties, having lost your way, shows you shall meet with assistance and have good counsel in your difficulties. Hail. To dream you are in a hailstorm, presages great sorrow in life. If you are in love, it forewarns you against marrying your present sweetheart, who will prove of very bad temper and make you miserable. Hair. For a man to dream his hair is long, like a woman's, signifies cowardice and effeminacy, and that the person dreaming will be deceived by a woman. To dream one sees a woman without hair, signifies famine, poverty and sickness. To see a man bald and without hair, signifies the contrary. Hands. If any one dreams that his hands are comelier and stronger than ordinary, he will be employed in some important affairs, which he will bring to a happy issue. If one dreams that his hand is cut off, or that it has grown lean and dry, or hath been burnt, he will grow poor. If a woman dreams thus, she will lose her husband, or her eldest son, or fall into a decay. If any one dreams that he works with his right hand, it is a sign of good fortune to him and his family. If with the left hand, that denotes bad luck. To dream the hand is hairy, signifies trouble and imprisonment. Hanged. To dream of seeing people hanged, or that you are going to be hanged yourself, denotes that you will rise above your present condition by marriage. Hat. To dream your hat is torn or dirty, signifies damage and dishonor. But to dream you have a hat on that pleases you, signifies joy, profit, and good success in business. Hog's bristles. To dream that you have hog's bristles, signifies great and violent dangers. Horns. To dream one hath horns on his head, signifies dominion, grandeur, and royalty. To dream you see a man with horns on his head, signifies he is in danger both of the loss of his person and estate. Horses. To dream of horses is a particularly good sign, inasmuch that if any one dreams that he is mounted on a stately horse, full of mettle, nimble and well harnessed, he will have a handsome, noble, and rich wife, provided the horse be his own. To dream one sees a horse running, signifies prosperity in the accomplishment of one's desires. To dream of riding on a tired horse shows one shall fall desperately in love. To dream you see a horse dead, is a sign that stagnation will take place in your business, with some losses, but these may be overcome if the horse be well in flesh and has not died a natural death. Hunger. To dream one is unusually hungry, and that his appetite craves sustenance, shows he will be ingenious, laborious and eager in getting an estate, and will grow rich. Husbandman. To see yourself become a husbandman in your dream, shows you shall meet with great toil, yet after a while become rich. If you dream you are plowing, it denotes success, and, to single persons, speedy marriage, and if the fields be full of flowers, it is a sign of much happiness. Hatred. To dream of hatred or being hated, whether of friends or enemies, is ill. Heaven. To dream of heaven, and that you are there, signifies grandeur and glory. Head. To dream you have a great head, or a head bigger than ordinary, and very highly raised, that signifies dignity, esteem. If a sick person dream thus, it prognosticates both the headache and violent fever. If one dreams his head is cut off by robbers and murderers, that signifies loss of children, relations, estate or wife, and to the wife so dreaming, the loss of her husband. To dream that one cuts off another's head, signifies assurance of affecting business, or revenge upon your enemies. To dream you cut off the head of a pullet, or a green goose, signifies joy and recreation. To dream one hath the head of a lion or wolf, or some other cruel beast, it is a good sign to the dreamer. To dream one hath the head of a dog, horse, or ass, or such four-footed beast, is servitude, pain and misery to the dreamer. To dream one hath a bird's head, argues one shall not stay long in his country. If one dreams that he is careful to comb and trim his hair, it is a sign he shall dispose well of his business. To dream you wash your head, signifies deliverance from danger. Hen. To dream that you hear hens cackle, or that you catch them, signifies joy, profit and assurance of the dispatch of business. To dream that you are turned into a hen, signifies disquiet. To dream that you see a hen lay eggs, signifies gain. To see a hen with her chickens, signifies loss or damage. To dream that a hen crows, signifies sadness and trouble. Hornet. To dream of hornets, shows you will have to do with people who will assault and discredit you. House. To dream of building a house is a good omen, in love, that your sweetheart is good-tempered and faithful, and will make you very happy. To dream you see a house on fire, foretells hasty news. If it be your own house that is destroyed, the news will be bad. If your enemy's house, it will be good. Hunting. To dream you are hunting and that the game is killed, shows much trouble through the pretensions of false friends, but that you will discover them and overcome all their machinations. Ice. To dream of ice is a favorable omen. To the lover it shows your sweetheart is of an amiable temper and faithful. To dream you are sliding or skating on the ice, denotes that you will pursue some unprofitable concern and be much worried by your engagements. Invasion. For a maiden to dream of invasion is a sign that some evil-disposed person will endeavor to lead her astray. To a man in business, it denotes much competition, to a mechanic, loss of his situation. Intrigue. To dream you are connected in an intrigue, is ominous of evil. Infant. If an unmarried woman dreams of an infant, it prognosticates that she will go through some trouble, but for a man to dream of infants, is good. Inn. To dream of being in an inn, is a very unfavorable dream. It denotes poverty and want of success in undertakings. Expect soon to be yourself, or some of your family, committed to prison. If you are sick, it denotes you will never recover. To the tradesman it shows loss of trade and bad servants. Inquest. To dream of being at an inquest, denotes prosperity. To dream that you are the subject on which the inquest is held, prognosticates that you will come into prosperity by the death of some rich person. To dream an inquest is held on the body of a friend is also good to the dreamer. Idiot. If any one dreams he is turned idiot, or mad, and is guilty of public extravagancies, he shall be long-lived, a favorite, and gain pleasure and profit by the people. Image. To dream of an image or statue, signifies children, and the will and affections of the dreamer. Infernal things. If any one dreams that he sees the devil, or any other infernal spirit or representation, it is a very bad dream, bringing along with it to those sick, death, and to the healthy, melancholy, anger and violent sickness. Iron. For one to dream that he is hurt with iron, signifies that he shall receive some damage. To dream that one trades with a stranger in iron, signifies losses and misfortune. Idol. To dream you see persons worshipping at an idol, betokens a change of affairs and much for the better. To dream you worship an idol, is a sign of merriment, such as going to balls, parties or excursions, pleasant journeys and the like. If a sick person has this dream, they will have a speedy recovery. Ignominy. For anyone to dream they suffer ignominy, shows he will be unjustly accused of having done wrong, and that he will, after a little, take a sudden rise in the world. Illumination. It is a certain sign of war when persons dream of seeing a city illuminated. To dream your own house is illuminated, betokens much quarreling among relatives. Injury. To dream you receive an injury, signifies that you have many friends, no enemies. If you dream of inflicting injury, you will both receive and dispense blessings. Ink. If you dream of black ink, you will become involved in some disgraceful scheme. If you dream of red ink, good news awaits you. Jollity. To dream of jollity, feasts and merrymaking, is a good and prosperous dream, and promiseth to the dreamer great preferment. Jessamine. To dream of this beautiful flower, foretells good luck. To lovers, it is a sure sign they will be speedily married. Jeopardy. If you dream that you are in jeopardy, it will be very fortunate for you. If a person so dreaming be in business, it foretells success and great profit. Jubilee. To dream that you are at a jubilee, is a sure sign that you will have a fortune left you by some rich relations. Jockey. If a female dreams she sees a jockey riding at full speed, she will have an offer of marriage made her very unexpectedly. For a man to dream he rides with, or sees a jockey riding at a race, denotes a sudden good turn in his affairs. Jug. For one to dream of drinking out of a jug, is a sure sign of going on a journey. If the jug be large, the journey will be long, if small, the journey will be short, and so, if the liquid drank be pleasant, so will the journey, and if unpleasant, the journey will be full of troubles. Juniper. It is unlucky to dream of the juniper, especially if the person who so dreams be sick. But to dream of gathering juniper berries, if it be in winter, denotes prosperity. Joy. To dream of joy and festivity is a token of good for such as would marry, or it betokens enjoyment for those fond of society. To the sad and fearful it announces absence of heaviness and fear. Juniper berries. To dream of these, signifies that the person so dreaming will shortly arrive at great honors and become a great person. To the married it foretells the birth of a male child. Jail. If you dream of seeing others in jail, you will be deprived of your own liberty. If you dream of being imprisoned, you will be elevated to a high station in life and increase your number of friends. Jewels. To dream of possessing jewels, signifies that you are on the road to happiness. Jury. If you dream of being tried by a jury, you will lose your sweetheart, and gain the affections of another on a voyage. If you dream of being acquitted by a jury, you will shortly meet with interesting and romantic adventures. To dream you kill a man, signifies assuredness of business. To dream you kill your father, is a bad sign. To dream you are killed, denotes loss to him whom you dreamed has killed you. Keys. To dream of keys is favorable to a person in trade, and to a sailor, they denote some gift, and that the dreamer will become rich. To dream of finding a key, denotes an addition to your estate. If you are married, it foretells the birth of a child. If you give another a key, you will be speedily married. In love, keys betoken faithfulness and a good-tempered sweetheart. To dream your keys are gone or lost, denotes that you'll be vexed or crossed. Knives. To dream of knives is a very unpropitious omen. It betokens lawsuits, poverty, disgrace, strife and a general failure in your projects. In love, it shows that your sweetheart is of a bad temper, and unfaithful, and that if you marry you will live in enmity and misery. Kissing. For a man to dream of kissing a young maid, and that she vanishes away before he can accomplish his desire, denotes that the next day he shall see great store of good cheer. To dream you kiss a person deceased, signifies long life. Kite. To dream of your seeing a kite, showeth you shall be in danger of thieves and robbers. Ladder. To dream you ascend a ladder, signifies honor. But to dream you descend a ladder, betokens damage. Lamb. To dream that you feed or bring a lamb to the slaughter signifies torment. To dream that you see a lamb, or young kids, signifies extraordinary comfort. Leaping. To dream you are leaping over walls, doors or gates, is a sign that you will encounter many difficulties in your present pursuits. And that your sweetheart will not marry you. Legs. To dream that your legs are scabby or itchy, signifies fruitless perplexity and care. To dream one hath a wooden leg, signifies the alteration of condition, from good to bad, and from bad to worse. Letters. To dream you receive letters, is demonstrative of your being beloved by a person of the opposite sex, who is very much your friend. To dream of writing letters, shows success in enterprises. Leopards. Dreaming of leopards, foretells honor. Lettuce. To dream that one eats salads made of lettuce, and other herbs that may be eaten raw, signifies trouble and difficulty in the management of affairs. Lemons. To dream of lemons denotes contentions in your family and uneasiness on account of children. They announce the death of some relation and disappointment in love. Lion. To dream of seeing this king of beasts, denotes that you will appear before your betters, and that you will be promoted to some lucrative office, accumulate riches, and marry a woman of great spirit. It argues success in trade and prosperity from a voyage by sea. Looking glass. To dream of looking in a glass, denotes children to the married, and to the unmarried it promises a lover speedily. Lechery. To dream of lechery, denotes to the dreamer a spell of sickness. Leapfrog. For a man to dream he plays at leapfrog is bad. For many causes, troubles and vexations will soon overtake him. If a maiden has this dream, it signifies that her lover is inconstant. Leap year. To dream of a leap year is one of the best and most lucky dreams. Everything you undertake about this time will prosper and your efforts will be fourfold successful. It is like good to male and female. Leeward. For a captain or seafaring man to dream his vessel drifts leeward, is ominous of a storm. Land. If a man dreams he hath good lands well enclosed with pleasant pastures bestowed upon him, he will have a handsome wife. But if the land seems spacious and not enclosed, that denotes pleasure, joy, and riches. If he dreams that the said unenclosed lands have fair gardens and fountains, fields, pleasant groves and orchards adjoining thereto, that signifies that he will marry a discreet, chaste and beautiful wife, and that she will bear him handsome children. If he dreams the land is sown with wheat, that signifies money and profit, with care and industry. But if he dreams it is sown with any kind of pulse, that denotes affliction and trouble. Lantern. He that dreams he sees a lantern with a light in it, extinguished, that signifies unto him sadness, sickness and poverty. Laurel. To dream you see a laurel tree is a token of victory and pleasure, and if you be married, it denotes the inheritance of possession by your wife. To dream one sees or smells laurel, if it be a woman, she shall bear children. If a maid, she will be suddenly married. Law. As to matters of law, to dream of places, of pleading, judges, attorneys, signifies trouble, expense and revealing of secrets. If a sick man dreameth he obtains a suit, he shall come to a better estate. Lizard. To dream that one sees a lizard, signifies ill luck and misfortune by secret enemies. Logs. To dream that one is cleaving a log is a sign that strangers shall come to the party dreaming. Light. To dream you see a great light is a happy presage. It denotes that you will attain great honors and become very rich. In love, it shows a sweetheart of an amiable disposition, that you will marry well, have children and be very happy. Lightning. To dream of lightning without tempest, and falling near, without touching the body, signifies change of place. If a man dreams he saw lightning fall below him, it will hinder his traveling. But if you dream that you are all burned and consumed with lightning, it is death to the dreamer. Lilies. To dream that one sees, holds, smells lilies out of their season, it signifies that the hope of the thing desired will be frustrated. But the same dream of lilies in their season is good. Linen. To dream you are dressed in clean linen, denotes that you will shortly receive some glad tidings. That your sweetheart is faithful, and will marry. If it is dirty, then it denotes poverty, and disappointment in love. Lioness. Dreaming of seeing a lioness is good to the rich or poor. Marriage is also hereby signified. Those that have children upon this dream shall lose them. But if you dream that she destroys you, it is death to the dreamer. For persons at sea, to dream of this animal is a sign of storm. Lean. If one dreams he is grown lean and wasted, he will be disturbed and have suits at law, or some other ill business that will occasion the loss of his estate, or else he is in danger of falling sick. Nevertheless, if a woman dreams the tongue grows less, it signifies unto her honors, wisdom, prudence and discretion. Lice. To dream that you are lousy and that you are killing a great number of them, is a very good omen. It denotes great riches to the dreamer. They also portend deliverance from enemies, and that you will overcome much slander and malice. Lips. To dream that one hath red, handsome lips, is a sign that your friends enjoy their health. And to have them dry and chapped. The contrary. Lying. To tell a lie in a dream is not good, except by players and jesters, who practice it, and deceive people. Lake. To dream of a peaceful lake, denotes content. To dream of gazing into a lake, denotes an access of fortune from an unexpected source. To dream of floating on a lake, signifies to glide through life without trouble and with many friends. Legacy. To dream of receiving one, denotes losing whatever you own that is in the hands of another, involving you in litigation. Debt, unhappiness and trouble. Laughing. To dream of laughing violently, betokens sorrow and weeping. It also denotes change of circumstances and friends. Love. To dream of being in love, denotes that you are not susceptible. If you dream of another loving you, you will pass through life alone and unsought. Lamp. To dream of a burning lamp, signifies prosperity. To dream of a lamp suddenly extinguished, signifies the death of a near friend. Losses. To dream you lose something on which you set great value. Denotes that you will hear of something which will give you great pleasure. If you dream of losing money, you will receive a gift from someone which will astonish and please you. To dream that you have lost some part of your dress, foretells you that there is someone intending to confer some favor on you. Malice. To dream that someone bears you malice, foretells a pleasant prospect in your worldly affairs, and that you will be advanced to some important station either by marriage, if you are not married, or if so, through the influence of friends. Mansion. To dream that you inhabit a mansion, is not good, expect some calamity happening either to yourself, or some relative, or lover. Maid. To dream you obtain a young maid, signifies joy. To dream you take away a maid by force, signifies sorrow. Markets. To dream of markets filled with goods and folks, is a good dream to those that traffic. But riding to market signifies a short voyage. If in a storm, the voyage will be difficult and the success of your voyage doubtful. If in fair weather, the result will be the contrary. Marriage. To dream you are married, is ominous of death, and very unfavorable to the dreamer. It denotes poverty, a prison, and misfortune. To dream you assist at a wedding, is the forerunner of some pleasing news and great success. To dream of lying with your newly married husband or wife, threatens danger and sudden misfortunes, and also that you will lose part of your property. To the sailor, it argues storm and shipwrecks with a narrow escape from death. Milk. To dream you drink milk, is an extraordinary good sign. And to dream you see breasts of milk, signifies profit. To dream you are carrying milk is a good sign, but if you fall and spill it, misfortune will befall you, from which it would be difficult to extricate yourself. Mad. To dream you are mad, and that you are in company with mad people, is very good to the dreamer. It promises long life, riches, happy marriage, success in trade and good children. If you are a farmer, some accident will happen to a part of your livestock, but you will have plentiful crops. If you are in lawsuit, it will determine greatly in your favor. Mice. To dream of mice denotes prosperity, success in love, and a happy marriage. For a married woman to dream of mice, it is a token that she will be with child shortly and that the fruit of her womb will become very rich and powerful. Midwife. To dream you see a midwife, is a revealing of secrets and signifies hurt. To those who are kept by force, to dream of a midwife, signifies liberty. If a woman that is not with child dreameth often of seeing her, it forebodeth she shall have a fit of sickness, which shall be long and continuous. Martyr. If one dreams he dies for religion, that man will arrive at great honor. It signifies also that his soul will be happy hereafter. Meat. To dream that you see the meat you have eaten, signifies loss and damage. Measles. If any one dreams he hath the measles, it denotes he shall gain profit and wealth, but it shall be with infamy. Mire. To dream you wade in mire and stubble, foretelleth surely toil and trouble, yet perseverance will not fail, o'er toil and trouble to prevail. Monkeys. To dream of these mischievous creatures is ominous of evil. They announce deceit in love, unfaithfulness in the married state, undutiful children, malicious enemies, and an attack by thieves. Mountains. To dream you see steep and craggy mountains, presages difficulties in accomplishing your designs. If you ascend them and gain the top, you will be successful in whatever you undertake, become very rich, and arrive at great honors in the state. To a maid, they denote that she will marry a man who will become rich and powerful, and that her children will be people of consequence. Mulberries. To dream of mulberries is of good import. To the maiden, they foretell a speedy and happy marriage. To the lover, constancy and affection in his mistress. They also denote wealth, honors, and many children. They are particularly favoring to sailors and farmers. Music. To dream you hear delicious music is a very favorable omen, promising joyful news from a long-absent friend. To married people it denotes sweet-tempered children. In love it shows that your sweetheart is very fond of you, is good-tempered, sincere, and constant. Rough and discordant music foretells trouble, vexation, and disappointment. Monster. To see a monster in the sea is not good, but out of the sea every fish and great monster is good. Money. To dream of receiving money is a good omen. In love, it foretells a speedy marriage and many children. If you dream you lose money, it is a proof you will be deceived in love, and be unsuccessful in some favorite pursuit. To dream you are paying money foretells the birth of a son destined to cut a great figure in life. Moon. To dream of the moon is a very favorable omen, it denotes sudden joy, great success in love, but unfaithfulness in the married state, undutiful children, and malicious enemies. Mother. To dream you see your own mother living, signifies joy. To see your mother dead, signifies misfortune. Melons. To dream of melons, to sick persons is a prognostic of recovery, by reason of their humidity or juicy substance. Monuments. If a sick person dreams of seeing monuments, he or she is dreaming will quickly recover. For the healthy to dream of monuments is a sign of good luck. Misery. Dreaming that you are in great misery on account of some calamity that has befallen either your sweetheart, partner in life, or a relation, denotes that you may expect some important event occurring, which will be deeply interesting to you. Mad dog. To dream that you meet a mad dog denotes that you will be fortunate in any undertaking in which you are engaged, and that success will crown your efforts. Murder. To dream that you see a murder committed indicates that you will shortly have the pleasure of welcoming one whom you had not expected to see again in this world. Murderer. If anyone dreams of being a murderer, be sure you will be slandered and calumniated by one who has been a professed friend and admirer previously. Musician. For one to dream of being a musician, who understands nothing of the art of music, is an indication that the dreamer will have peace and comfort in the domestic state. Nakedness. To dream you see a man naked signifies fear and terror. To dream you see a woman naked signifies honor and joy, provided she be fair-skinned and handsome. But if she is crooked, old, wrinkled or otherwise ill-made, and black withal, it signifies shame, repentance, and ill luck. Nightmare. To dream of being ridden by the nightmare is a sign that a woman so dreaming shall be domineered over by a fool. Night walks. To dream of walking in the night signifies trouble and melancholy. Nutmegs. To dream of nutmegs is a sign that many changes will overtake you. Navigation. If one dreams that he is sailing in a boat and recreating himself without fear, he will have comfort and success in his affairs, but if the water be tempestuous, it falleth out contrarily. To dream of being in a ship or boat, and in danger of oversetting or shipwreck, it is a sign of danger unless the party be a prisoner or captive, and in that case it denotes liberty and freedom. Night birds. To dream of any kind of night birds, as the owl, bittern and bat, is ominous, and those who have such dreams should undertake no business on the day following. He that travels by sea or land, and sees in his dream any of these birds, will fall into a great tempest or into the hands of thieves. Nightingale. To dream of the nightingale signifieth good work, and principally wedding. Ninepins. To dream of playing at ninepins is a sign of quarreling. If successful, you will get the better of your adversary, if the reverse, you will be worsted. Night hag. For a woman to dream of a night hag denotes that she will be much slandered by someone whom she deems her friend. For a man to dream of this nonentity is a sign that some woman is endeavoring to do him an injury. Neigh. To dream you hear horses neigh augurs that you will have new and powerful friends, who will do you much service. Negroes. It is not good to dream of Negroes, unless they be singing or dancing or otherwise making merry. To dream of seeing Negroes in a church is ominous of evil. Nose. To dream one has a fair and great nose is a good to all, for it denotes prosperity in affairs, and acquaintance with rich persons. Nosegays. To dream of gathering and making nosegays is unlucky, showing that our hopes shall wither as flowers do in a nosegay. Nut tree. Dreaming that you see nut trees signifies riches and content gained with labor and pain. Dreaming that you find nuts that have been hid signifies that you will find treasure. Nails. To dream your nails are growing long is very good, and denotes riches, prosperity and happiness, great success in love, a good, industrious husband or wife, with dutiful children. It also foretells that you will suddenly receive a sum of money that will be of great use to you. Nectarines. To dream of nectarines is ominous of strife between friends. Of riches to the farmer and tradesman, of infidelity to lovers, of children to the married, of bad weather to the sailor, and to the poor they announce plenty and increase of wages. Nuts. To dream you see clusters of them denotes riches and happiness. To the lover, success and a good-tempered sweetheart. If you are gathering them, it is not a good omen, for you will pursue some matter that will not turn out to your advantage. If you crack them, the person who courts you, or to whom you pay your addresses, will treat you with indifference, or be very unfaithful. Needle. For a female to dream she is busy with the needle, indicates that she is about to take a journey either of pleasure or necessity. For one of the male sex to dream he is using the needle, except he is a tailor, forebodes a series of distressing and unpleasant matters are about to harass and perplex him. Olives. To dream you see olives denotes happiness, and that you will be successful in all your present undertakings. To the lover, they foretell a speedy marriage with the object of your affections. If you are gathering them off the trees, they announce much trouble and vexation through friends and children. To the lover, they show your sweetheart is unfaithful. Onions. To dream of eating onions means much strife in thy domestic scenes, secrets found out or else betrayed, and many falsehoods made and said. Oysters. To dream you are eating oysters is a very favorable omen. Ocean. To dream you are on the ocean with a woman is a sign some female friend is deceitful, or that you are deceitful in some friends. It is unlucky to dream you swim, walk on, or catch fish in the season. But it is nevertheless lucky to dream of the ocean to any person about to go on a journey, unless, indeed, it be very tempestuous. Overturned. If a woman dreams she be overturned while riding, it is ominous that she shall be greatly distressed for a short time. For a man to have this dream denotes that some animal to which he is attached will sicken and perhaps die. Orphans. Whoever dreams of orphans will receive profits or riches by the hand of a stranger. For a man to dream of a female orphan denotes that his wife will be rich. To dream about orphans in any way is an excellent dream to both sexes. Office. To dream you are turned out of your office foretells death and loss of property. If you are in love, it foretells want of affection in your sweetheart and misery if you marry the present object of your affection. Oil. Dreaming that you are anointed with oil is good for women, but for men denotes shame. Olive trees. Dreaming that you see an olive tree with olives denotes peace, delight, concord, liberty, dignity, and fruition of your desires. To dream that you beat the olives down is good for all but servants. Oven. If you dream that you see an oven hot, it signifies change of place. Owl. To dream of this bird at night is a bad omen. It foretells sickness, poverty, and imprisonment. It also forewarns you some male friend is perfidious. Oxen. Dreaming of oxen denotes a year of plenty and fruitfulness. But if they appear poor and lean, it threatens a year of scarcity and famine. To dream you feed oxen is a good sign, but to see oxen go to water is a bad sign. Old man. For a woman to dream she is courted by an old man is a sure prognostic that she will receive a sum of money and be successful in her undertakings. For a maid to dream of it shows that she will marry a rich young fellow, and have many children by him, who will all become rich. Old woman. For a man to dream he is courting an old woman, and that she returns his love, is a very fortunate omen. It prefigures success in worldly concerns, that he will marry a beautiful young woman, have lovely children, and be very happy. Oranges. Dreaming that you see and cut oranges signifies wounds, grief and vexation, whether they be ripe or not. Organ. Dreaming that you hear the sound of an organ signifies joy. Orchard. To dream that you are in an orchard denotes that you will become rich, that you will marry much to your advantage. For a married person to dream of being in an orchard shows an increase of children, who will become rich and live happy. In love, it denotes affection and constancy in your sweetheart. Offend. To dream that someone has greatly offended you is an indication that you are going a long journey to someone you greatly esteem. If you dream that you have offended someone you love, it signifies that you are about to be visited by a friend whom you have not seen for a long time. Offer. For a female to dream that she has received an offer of love from one of the male sex portends troubles and sorrows await her. For one to dream that she has rejected an offer of marriage betokens that she will be surprised with the news that a near relative is dead and left her a large sum of money. Pain. To dream you are suffering great pain from toothache, headache, rheumatism, or in any part or your body, denotes that you are about to receive some glad tidings from one who has been long absent from you. Passion. To dream that you are very passionate with someone, denotes that you are likely to be afflicted with some dangerous sickness, probably unto death. If you dream that someone is in a passion with you, it betokens some good fortune is about to attend you. Pedestrian. To dream of making a long journey on foot, betokens great hardships, false friends, loss of money, unhappy marriage connections and final retirement from the world. Peddler. To dream of a peddler, signifies that you have a false estimate of your friend's value, and that time will show them to be hypocrites. Physician. To dream of a physician, signifies good in many forms. If he is relieving you, you have made a favorable impression where you most desire it. If, as a friend, you meet him in society, look for true, happy love. Pleasure. If you dream you are enjoying great pleasure, you may expect serious disappointment and difficulty in some project that engages your mind. Puzzle. If you dream that you are puzzled with some intricate matter, and cannot unravel the mystery, be sure that someone is about to confer a great favor on you. Plowing. To dream of plowing is good. But if the horse seems to sink into the ground, it portends loss of labor, dearth of corn, and ill harvest weather. Pail. To dream of milking in a dirty pail, is not a good sign. Paper. To dream of paper is a good omen, but if it appears rumpled, it will give you much pain. Peaches. Dreaming of peaches in season, denotes content, health and pleasure. Pears. Dreaming of pears well baked, denotes great success and expedition in business. Pies. Dreaming of making pies is joy and profit. Pigeons. Dreaming you see pigeons is good. Pine trees. Dreaming that you see a pine tree, denotes idleness and remissness. Pile. Dreaming that you pile anything against the wall, denotes assistance in business. Poverty. To dream of being in poverty, signifies good to some, but cross fortune to those that make commodity of their tongue and fair speech. Prayers. To dream you offer up prayers and supplications to God, signifies happiness. Predecessors. Dreaming of your predecessors, as grandfathers and other ancestors, signifies care. Pit. To dream of falling into a pit, shows that in some way heavy misfortune is about to attend you, that your sweetheart is false, and prefers another. To a sailor, it forebodes some sad disaster at the next port you touch at. To dream you are in a pit, and that you climb out of it, foreshows that you will have many enemies and experience much trouble. But that you will overcome them, marry well, and become rich. To sailors, it denotes that they will experience shipwreck, and be cast on a foreign shore, where they will be hospitably received, and marry rich and handsome wives and live at ease. Plays. To dream you are at play, is the forerunner of good luck. It betokens great happiness in the marriage state, and success in business. To a maid, it shows speedy marriage with a young man, who will be very successful in life, and acquire riches and honors and make her happy. Purse. To dream of finding a purse, is a very favorable omen. It denotes great happiness, and unlooked for prosperity. In love, it is the sure token of a speedy marriage, and of being dearly beloved by the object of your affection. To dream you lose your purse, shows the loss of a friend. In other respects, it denotes that some pleasant adventure is about to happen to you, by which you will be the gainer. To the sailor, it denotes the loss of his sweetheart whilst at sea. Plums. To dream of plums, augurs but little good to the dreamer, they are the forerunners of ill luck, and show loss of goods and reputation. They are indicative of infidelity in lovers and much vexation in the married state. Palm. If one dreams that he sees or smells the palm, it signifies prosperity. If it be a woman that dreams so, she shall bear children. If it be a maid, she will be suddenly married. Partridges. Dreaming of partridges is a sign that a man shall have to do with women that are malicious, ungrateful, and void of conscience. Plague. If any one dreams he hath the plague, it signifies his hidden store will be discovered, and he will run the risk of losing it. Plant. Dreaming that you see a plant come out of your body, is death. To dream of plants quick of growth, as the vine and the peach tree, denotes that the good and evil portended shall quickly happen. But trees that are slow of growing, as the oak, olive, show that the good or evil that shall happen to us shall be long in coming. Polecat. If a man dreams he has a polecat, he shall have some ill-natured woman. Pond. Dreaming that you see a little pond, signifies the love of a beautiful woman. If a woman have that dream, she shall have her design accomplished. To dream that your pond is dried up signifies poverty or death. To dream that you are in a boat, upon a pond of clear water, is very good, and signifies joy and success in affairs. Pot herbs. To dream that you see pot herbs, especially such as have a strong smell, signifies a discovery of hidden secrets and domestic concerns. Precipices. Dreaming that you see great precipices, signifies much injury to person and goods. Prisoners. To dream of seeing prisoners executed, is a good dream, signifies a boldness of courage and a very clear conscience. Paths. To dream in path both straight and fair, your work doth happiness declare, but crooked ways denote much ill, to those who have a headstrong will. Peacock. To dream of seeing this beautiful bird, is a very good omen. It denotes great success in trade. To a man, a very beautiful wife, much riches, and a good place. To a maid, a good and rich husband. To a widow, that she will be courted by one who will tell her very fine tales without being sincere. It also denotes prosperity by sea and a handsome wife in a distant port. Pictures. To dream you are looking at beautiful pictures, foreshows that you will be allured by false appearances into some unprofitable concern, that you will waste your time on some idle project, and that you will always be in pursuit of happiness without attaining it. In love, it denotes great pleasure in the enjoyment of the beloved object. It promises a handsome wife, a good husband, and beautiful children. Pomegranates. To dream of pomegranates, foretells some very unexpected legacy, by which you will be enabled to make a fortune. They denote that your sweetheart is of good temper, sings well, and is very faithful. To the married, they show an increase of riches and children, and great success in trade. Quagmire. To dream one is falling into a quagmire, shows obstructions and difficulty in business. Quails. Dreaming of quails signifies bad news. Quicksilver. To dream of this mineral is a sign of trouble, discontent and unhappiness in the married state. To the lover, it is a sure sign of quarrel, to the sick, a slow recovery. Quartan. To dream of having this complaint is good, particularly to a married person. Quack. To dream that you are under the care of quacks, is unfortunate, and foretells to the person dreaming that he beware of these nuisances in society. Quinces. To dream of quinces, is favorable to the dreamer. If you are in prison, you will be shortly liberated. If you are in trouble, a change will take place that will relieve you from it. If you are sick, you will soon recover. If you are in love, you will marry and become rich and happy. Quilting. To dream you are quilting, foretells to an unmarried female that she will soon be wedded. It is also a good and lucky dream to a man. To be at a quilting party is good. Quiver. For either sex. If unmarried, to dream of a quiver, is prognostic of success in love, but to the married, it is a token of uneasiness to the dreamer. Quoits. If woman dreams she is playing at quoits, it denotes that she will have some disagreeable and laborious undertaking to go through. To a man, it is a sign of quarreling. Quoits were always considered a harbinger of ill luck by the gypsies. Quarreling. To dream you are quarreling, denotes that some unexpected news will reach you, and that your sweetheart is about to be married to another. Radishes. To dream of radishes signifies a discovery of secrets or domestic jars. To lovers they foretell misfortune. Rain. To dream of being in a shower of rain is particularly favorable to lovers. It denotes constancy, affection, and sweet temper. If it be very heavy rain, accompanied by thunder and lightning, then expect to be assailed by thieves. Rats. To dream of seeing rats is a sign of having many enemies. If you are attacked by rats and get the better, it betokens you will overcome your difficulties. If they should tear you and make you run away, then expect some heavy misfortune. Riding. To dream you are riding, if it be with a woman, is very fortunate. If you are in trade, business will decay. Ring. To dream of a ring is favorable, if it be on your finger. If you are in love, expect to be speedily united to the person on whom you have placed your affections. To dream your ring falls off your finger betokens evil, also the death of some near friend. To a woman with child, it shows that the child with which she is pregnant will encounter many difficulties, and be far from being happy. To a maiden, it is a warning to beware of her present lover. Roses. To the married, foretell the loss of their children. To the lover, infidelity in the sweetheart. Reading. To dream you are reading an agreeable book, shows you will be successful in love, and that you will become rich. In trade, it is propitious. Ribs. If one dreams he hath his upper ribs broken or sunk, he will have some dissensions with his wife. If he dreams his lower ribs are broken, he will be afflicted by his female relations and kindred. If one dreams his limbs are grown longer and stronger than ordinary, he will take delight in his wife. Rice. To dream of eating rice denotes abundance of instruction. Rasp. Dreaming that you see a rasp is unfortunate to the married. To a virgin, it is a caution for her to beware of her lover. To the lover, it denotes that he will travel by sea. Rub. To dream that you are rubbing anything denotes to the lover that he will marry a very industrious girl and be successful in business. Rusk. To dream that you are baking them is good, but to dream that you see others bake them is bad. Racing. To dream you are running a race is a token of good, presages much success in life, and that you will speedily hear some joyful news. In love, it denotes that you will conquer all your rivals and be happy in the union with the object of your affections. To dream you are riding a race shows disappointment and anger, bad success in trade and in love. To a married woman, it denotes the loss of her husband's affections, and that her children will be in trouble. Rouse. To dream you rouse a person from sleep is good. Rainbow. To dream you see a rainbow denotes great traveling and change of fortune. It also foretells sudden news of a very agreeable nature. It announces that your sweetheart is of good temper and very constant, and that you will be very happy in marriage, great success in business, through the means of trading with foreign ports. Raspberries. To dream of raspberries foretells you of success in marriage, fidelity in your sweetheart, and some news from beyond the sea to your advantage. Ravens. To dream you see a raven is a very unfavorable omen. It denotes mischief and adversity. In love, it shows falsehood. To the married, they forebode much mischief, through the adultery of your conjugal partner. To the sailor, they betoken shipwreck and much distress on a foreign shore. River. To dream you see a flowing river, and that the waters are smooth and clear, presages happiness and success in life. If the water appears disturbed and muddy, or has a yellow tinge, then it denotes that you will acquire considerable riches. Rhinoceros. To dream of this East India animal denotes success to the man of business, but disappointment in love matters. But to dream they injure you is unfavorable to the dreamer. If you dream you see one dead, you will soon lose a relative. Rhubarb. If a person dreams that he handles good rhubarb, he will be taken into favor with those he was not on good terms with before, but to dream of the dried turkey rhubarb denotes sickness. Rabbits. To dream that you are among rabbits denotes that, if you are a married person, you will have a numerous family of healthy children. For a single person to dream of being among rabbits indicates a speedy marriage. To dream you are shooting rabbits foretells sorrow and distress to the dreamer. Ragged. To dream you are in a ragged dress, and that you are suffering from privations, indicates that you will shortly be raised to a higher position in society. Rowing. To dream that you are rowing in a boat signifies that you will be successful in love and business. Run. For a man to dream that he would run, and yet cannot lift up his feet, shows he hath an earnest desire to accomplish somewhat, which he will find very difficult. When a sick person dreams he runs, it is a good sign. Scorpions. To dream you see scorpions signifies ill luck and misfortunes. Savior. To dream that you behold the Savior of mankind suffering on the cross denotes that you will be annoyed by some vile aspersions on your character, but will eventually vindicate yourself successfully, and be honored and respected by all whose opinion you value. Scandal. To dream that you are scandalized by one from whom you expected different treatment is an indication that you will be the recipient of a legacy from a distant relative from whom you did not expect anything of the kind. Scared. To dream that you are scared by some frightful spectacle denotes that you will be shortly overjoyed by hearing some pleasing intelligence from one whom you dearly love. Separation. To dream of being separated from one whom you highly esteem and value betokens much enjoyment to the dreamer from an unexpected source. Sickness. To dream one is sick signifies idleness and want of work. To dream one comforts the sick and prescribes them medicine denotes profit and felicity. Sparrows. To dream you see sparrows jumping about your doorstep is a sign of good fortune attending any project you may set your mind on accomplishing. Spirit. To dream that you see a spirit before you of a comely aspect and attired in white denotes joy and consolation, but if it be deformed and black, it signifies deceit and temptation to sin. Seat. To dream that one has fallen from his seat, and would fain get into it again signifies that whatever office or employment he is in, he shall be displaced from it, and not be able to recover it again. Serpent. To dream you see a serpent turning and winding himself, signifies danger and imprisonment. It denotes also sickness and hatred. To dream you kill a serpent is a sign that you will overcome your enemies. To dream of beating serpents is very good, and if a serpent approaching near to do you harm, but does it not, it is a sign that some ill woman shall be disappointed in her designs. Strange place. To dream of being in a strange place denotes a good legacy from a relation while in prison. To the lover, they show inconstancy and want of affection in the object of your love. To the sailor, sickness on the next voyage. Starching. To dream you are starching linen shows you will be married to an industrious person, and you will be successful in life and save money. It also shows that you are about to receive a letter containing some pleasant news. Squirrel. To dream of a squirrel shows that enemies are endeavoring to slander your reputation. To the lover, it shows your sweetheart is of a bad temper and much given to drinking. If you have a lawsuit, it will surely be decided against you. If you are in trade, sharpers will endeavor to defraud you, and you will quarrel with your principal creditor. Sleep. To dream you sleep or slumber is evil to all, except to those who are in doubt or expectation of some danger, for this delivers them from pain and care. To dream you sleep in a churchyard is death to the sick and hindrance to others. Sold. To dream of being sold, or set up for sale, is fair to those who wish to change their condition and to those who are in poverty and servitude. But to the rich, and the sick, and those who are placed in honor and authority, it is ill. Soldiers. To see soldiers in your dream shows troubles, persecution and lawsuits. To the lover, they denote that the object of your affections will be obliged to quit the present place of residence by command of a father, on your account. To the tradesman, they presage loss of goods and quarrels with creditors. To dream they are pursuing you, shows that you will be imprisoned and meet with heavy losses, and be much disliked by your rich neighbors. This is one of those dreams after which the dreamer is advised to change quarters. Spinning. To dream of spinning is good, and shows a person to be diligent and industrious. Son. To dream that a man talks with his son, signifies some damage that will suddenly accrue to him. Statues. To dream of seeing brazen statues moving, signifies riches. But to dream you see great statues moving, like monsters, denotes terror and perils. Stings. To dream of stings, signifies grief and care. To many, they have signified love and injuries by wicked persons. Shipwreck. To dream you suffer shipwreck, the ship being overwhelmed, is dangerous to all, except to those detained by force. To them it signifies liberty. Single combat. To dream of a single combat, signifies lawsuits and marriages. Scratched. To dream of being scratched, betokens to him that is in debt, that he shall acquit himself. To others it foretells hurt. Sisters. To dream you see your deceased brothers and sisters, signifies long life. Shaving. To dream you are being shaved, or that your head has been shaved, is a very unfavorable omen. In love, it denotes treachery and disappointment, and in the married state, infidelity and discord. To the tradesman, it denotes loss of goods and business. To the sailor, an unpleasant and stormy voyage. To the farmer, it prefigures bad crops and diseases amongst his livestock. Sheep. To dream you see a flock of sheep feeding, is a very favorable omen, it denotes success. To dream you see them dispersing, and running away from you, shows that pretended friends are endeavoring to do you an injury, and that your children will meet with persecution and great troubles. In love, such a dream shows your sweetheart to be fickle and little calculated to make you happy. To dream you see sheep shearing, is indicative of loss of property and the affections of the person you love, also of your liberty. To dream you are shearing them yourself, shows that you will gain an advantage over some person who meant to harm you, and that you will get the better of difficulties and marry the object of your affection. Supreme. To dream you have supreme command over any place, is unfortunate, particularly if the person is sick and helpless. Surprise. To dream that you surprise anyone denotes good luck to the dreamer and great success in trade. Sycamore. To dream you see this tree, denotes jealousy to the married, and to the virgin, she shall shortly be married. Strawberries. To dream of strawberries, denotes to a woman with child a good time and a boy. To a maiden, speedy marriage with a man who will become rich and make her happy. To a youth, they denote that his wife will be sweet-tempered, and bring him many children, all boys. They foretell riches to the tradesman and to the sailor. They are a very fortunate dream to the farmer. Sunday. To dream you see the sun shine, shows acquisition of riches, and enjoyment of honorable posts in the state, also success to the lover. To dream you see the sun rise, promises fidelity in your sweetheart and good news from friends. To dream you see the sun set, shows infidelity in your sweetheart and disgraceful news. To the tradesman, loss of business. To dream you see the sun under a cloud, foretells many hardships and troubles about to befall you, and that you will encounter some great danger. Swallows. To dream of these harbingers of summer is a very favorable omen. They denote success in trade and riches to the dreamer. In love, they denote a speedy marriage with the object of your affections. Swimming. To dream you are swimming, with your head above the water, denotes great success in your undertakings, whether they be in love, trade, sea, or farming. To dream you are swimming with your head under water, shows that you will experience some great trouble and hear some very unpleasant news from a person you thought dead. In trade, it shows loss of business. Shooting. To dream you are out shooting is very favorable if you kill much game. To the lover, it shows a mistress kind and good-humored, who will make him an excellent and notable wife. To the tradesman and farmer, success and riches. To the sailor, wealth acquired in a distant country. But if you dream you kill little or no game, then it presages bad luck and disappointment in love. To dream you are shooting with a bow and arrow is a very favorable dream, particularly to the lover and tradesman. Silk. To dream you see silk, either in pieces or for sewing, signifies prosperity and success in undertakings. To dream you are clothed in silk foretells that you will do honors in the state, and become rich, but that you will quarrel with a rich neighbor, who will endeavor to do you mischief. For a married woman to dream of being dressed in a silk gown, shows her husband is fond of a harlot, who will go near to ruin him. If a maiden dreams of it, she will speedily see her lover. Snakes. To dream you see snakes and serpents, shows that you will be imprisoned, and encounter many dangers. If you are in love, your sweetheart will be false. To dream you kill a snake, shows you will overcome difficulties and enemies and be successful in love, trade or farming, but unsuccessful at sea. Swoon. To dream you see a person swoon is unfortunate to the maid. To the married, it is a sign they will become rich and prosperous. To those who are nervous it is bad. Scabs. To dream you are covered with scabs is the sure forerunner of great success and riches. School. To dream you begin again to go to school, and yet cannot say your lessons right, shows you are about to undertake something you do not understand. Sea. To dream of walking upon the sea is good to him that would travel, as also to a servant, and to him that would take a wife, or who hath a lawsuit. To a young man, this dream is love of a beautiful young woman. To a woman, it signifies she leads a desolate life, for the sea is like a harlot, because it hath a fair appearance and show, but in the end brings many to evil. To dream you walk in the sea, or on the shore, or catch fish, is a bad dream. Ship. To dream of seeing ships freighted with goods denotes prosperity. If you dream of seeing ships endangered by a tempest, it signifies fear. Shoes. To dream of losing one's shoes and walking barefooted signifies pain in the feet and sickness. It also denotes loss of reproaches to those of a sanguine complexion, and more especially if this dream comes to you in the first days of the moon. Silver. If one dreams he gathers up silver, it signifies deceit and loss. To see silver eaten denotes great advantage. To eat silver signifies wrath and anger. Spectre. Few dreams are more certain of good luck to the dreamer than to dream of specters. It prognosticates business to the merchant, work for the artist and mechanic, and marriage to the maiden. Sepulchre. To dream of a sepulchre is a sign of great good to the dreamer. Singing. If any one dreams he sings, it signifies he will be affected and weep. To dream you hear singing or playing upon instruments signifies consolation in adversity, recovery of health to those that are sick. To dream you hear birds sing signifies love, joy and delight. Smallpox. To dream one is full of the smallpox denotes profit and wealth without infamy. Snow. To dream you see the ground covered with snow is a good omen. Stars. To dream you see stars clear and fair is good for a traveler, for it shows prosperity and advantage to a voyage or journey, also good news, but, on the contrary, to see them dusky and pale-colored signifies all sorts of mischief. Seeing the stars vanish and disappear signifies poverty, vexation and disturbing cares to those that are rich, and death to those that are poor. Splendor. To dream that you are surrounded with great splendor, and living luxuriously, is an indication that you will soon be laid on a bed of affliction and perhaps death. Stealing. To dream that you are accused of stealing something, is an indication that you will have a handsome present given you. Storm. To dream that you are exposed to a violent storm denotes that a reconciliation is about to take place between you and one with whom you have been at variance. Stockings. For a female to dream that she is darning stockings denotes that she will be gladdened by hearing of something to her advantage. For a person to dream of having lost his or her stockings is an indication that trouble and distress will assail the dreamer. Success. To dream that you have been successful in some enterprise in which you have been engaged denotes that you will hear of some person's death whom you highly esteemed. Swan. To see a swan in your dream signifies joy, revealing of secrets and health to the dreamer, but if it sings, it foretells death. Sweethearts. If a man dreams of his sweetheart that is absent, and she seems to be more fair than usual, it is a sign she is chaste or constant, but if she looks black or sickly, you may be assured she hath broken her faith and has become altogether inconstant. Swine. In dreams, swine denote lazy persons, who think of nothing but how to prey on other people's goods. They signify also covetous persons. To dream you trade in swine signifies sickness. To dream you see a sow with a litter of pigs denotes distress. Talking. To dream that you are talking loudly of some matter or person with whom you are not on the most friendly terms signifies that troubles are about to visit you. To dream that some person is talking about you is an indication that you will be gladdened by having a proposal made to you that will be to your interest to agree to. Tandem. To dream that you are driving tandem denotes that you will be prosperous in business and in the marriage state. Tears. To dream that you are shedding tears from some heavy trouble denotes that you will be speedily removed to a situation in which you will enjoy much happiness. Tradesman. To dream you see those you employ at work signifies that they are honest in their dealings with you. To dream you work yourself betokens a happy contented life. Thorns. To dream you walk upon thorns signifies destruction to your enemies. Throat. If any one dreams his throat is cut, he will be injured by some person or other. If he dreams he cuts the throat of another, he will do himself some great injury. Torch. To dream of holding a burning torch in the hand is a good sign to those that are young, for it signifies they shall enjoy their loves, accomplish their designs, overcome their enemies, and gain honor and good from all persons. To dream you see a torch extinguished or darkened signifies sadness, sickness and poverty. Torture. To dream that you are undergoing some torture from false accusation denotes that you will be blessed with much happiness and contentment in your future life. Telescope. For a person to dream of looking through a telescope at some distant object is an indication that the dreamer will shortly receive a letter from a friend in a far distant country. Thirst. If any one dreams his thirst is quenched, and that he has drank his fill of water, if the water appeared clear and acceptable to him, he will live joyfully and become very wealthy. If the water be troubled, lukewarm, stinking or dirty, he will end his days in affliction. Tamarinds. To dream of tamarinds denotes vexation and uneasiness through a woman, bad success in trade, a rainy season and news from beyond the sea that is disagreeable. In love, it denotes disappointment. Teeth. To dream you lose a tooth denotes the loss of some friend by death, and that troubles and misfortunes are about to attend you. To dream you cut new teeth denotes the birth of a child, who will make a great figure in the world. Thunder. To dream of thunder signifies affliction to the rich, but to the poor repose. Traveling. If one dreams that he is traveling through a wood and that he sticketh in the briars and bushes, it betokens many troubles and hindrances. To travel over high hills and mountains and rocky places signifies advancement, but with much difficulty obtained. Trees. To dream that you fell trees signifies loss, to dream you are climbing them signifies future honor. To see withered trees, deceit, to see trees bear fruit, gain. Tempests. To dream you are in a storm or tempest shows that you will after many difficulties arrive at great happiness, that you will become rich and marry well. For a lover to dream of being in a tempest, denotes that he will have rivals, over whom, after a great deal of vexation, he will triumph. It also foretells that you will receive some good news from a long-absent friend, who will overcome many difficulties. Thunder and lightning. To dream you hear thunder and see lightning is a very good dream. It denotes success in trade. Good crops to the farmer and a speedy and happy marriage to the lover. If you are soliciting a place, you will obtain it. If you have a lawsuit, you will gain it. It also indicates speedy news from a far distant country. Toads. To dream you see these venomous reptiles, argues ill to the dreamer. It shows enemies and disappointment among friends. To the lover, it denotes infidelity in your sweetheart. In trade, loss by swindlers and spoiling of goods. To dream you kill a toad, denotes that you will overcome an enemy and discover a person who is robbing you and in whom you place great confidence. Tombs. To dream of being amongst the tombs denotes a speedy marriage, great success in business and the gaining of a lawsuit, also the birth of children and unexpected news. Trumpet. To dream you hear the sound of a trumpet is a bad omen, and denotes troubles and misfortunes. To the tradesman, it presages loss of business, to the farmer, bad crops. To the lover, insincerity in the object of his affections. Tarts. To dream one makes tarts, signifies joy and delight. Treasure. To dream you find a treasure in the earth, is very ominous. It shows that you will be betrayed by someone whom you make your bosom friend, that your sweetheart is unfaithful and grossly deceives you, and should you not be able to carry it away, then it denotes that you will have some very heavy loss, and that you will be waylaid by robbers, who will ill-treat you. Turnips. To dream of being in a turnip field, or that you see this wholesome vegetable, denotes acquisition of riches, and high employments in the state. To the lover, they augur great fidelity and an exceedingly good temper in your sweetheart, and that if you marry you will be very happy, have fine children and thrive in the world. Turkey. To dream you see a turkey strutting about, is a sign you will overcome your enemies. To dream you see or are amongst a drove of turkeys, betokens success in your undertakings about this time. To dream of dead turkeys denotes that you will encounter trouble that you will soon surmount. Tumbler. To dream you break a tumbler, is prognostic of secrets being discovered that have long remained a mystery. To drink from a clear tumbler, denotes health and activity, to drink from a dirty one, the reverse. Tops. To dream you are spinning tops is ill. Teapots. If a person dream of teapots they will soon form new friendships. Urn. To dream of this vessel has a happy signification, for it foretells the marriage either of yourself, a near relative or a dear companion. Ugly. For a person to dream of being ugly or deformed, indicates that the dreamer will be surprised by hearing from a long-absent friend a communication of a pleasing and gratifying nature. Undertaker. For a single person to dream of seeing an undertaker enter the house, and attend to the mournful obsequies of a funeral, denotes that the dreamer will be married in a short time. For a married person to dream of seeing an undertaker attending to his duties, is an indication that his family will be increased in a short time. Vermin. To dream that you are surrounded and attacked by vermin, some creeping over your body, and others assailing you in various parts of your frame, signifies that you will be gladdened and rejoiced to learn that you have become entitled to the possession of considerable property through the death of a relative. Villainy. To dream that you are exposed to some villainy by one from whom you expected different conduct, denotes that you will be astonished to learn that you have had a fortune left to you by one who was no relation. Virgin. A virgin dreaming that she has lost her virginity, signifies great danger. Vow. To dream that you have made a vow and broken it, is bad to all. Velvet. To dream you trade with a stranger in velvet and other silks, is a sign of profit and joy. Vote. To dream you are voting is bad, particularly to sick persons. For a newly married woman to dream of voting is a sure sign her first child will be a boy who will come to great honors. Vulture. To dream of the vulture is unfortunate to all except sick persons, to whom it foretells a speedy recovery. Victuals. To dream of victuals and that you eat a variety of them, signifies loss. Vines. To dream of vines denotes health and wealth to the dreamer. To dream you are a vine, foretells abundance and fertility, for which we have the example of Astyages, king of the Medes, who dreamed that his daughter brought forth a vine, which was a prognostic of the grandeur, riches and felicity of Cyrus, who was born of her body after this dream. Vinegar. To dream you drink vinegar, signifies sickness. Violin. To dream one plays or sees another play upon the violin or other musical instrument, signifies good news and concord between man and wife. Master and apprentice, brother and sister, see, vomit. To dream of vomiting, whether of blood, meat or phlegm, signifies to the poor, profit, to the rich, hurt. Venison. To dream about venison, denotes change in affairs. To dream you eat of it, signifies misfortune. Volcano. To dream about volcanoes forebodes liberty to a person in prison, and peace and happiness to those out of it. Walking. To dream one is walking in the dirt, or among thorns, signifies sickness. To dream one is walking in the water, or some torrent, signifies adversity and grief. War. To dream of war and affairs of war, signifies trouble and danger. Washing. For a man to dream he washes or bathes himself in baths or hothouses, signifies riches, prosperity and health to the sick. But to dream he washes or bathes himself contrary to the common custom, or in his clothes, is evil and betokeneth sickness and great danger. To dream that you were in fountains, ponds or current water, and in fair and clear floods, is good. But not that you swim, for that is a sign of danger and sickness. Washing is a sure sign of removal. Wedding. For a man that is sick to dream that he is wedded to a maid, shows he shall die quickly. If any one dream he is wedded to a deformed woman, it signifies discontent. If to a handsome woman, joy. Wife. If a man dreams he sees his wife married to another, it denotes change of affairs or condition. If a woman dreams she is married to another man, it is the same. Want. For a person to dream that he or she comes to sudden want in temporal things, denotes that an unexpected good fortune awaits them by the death of a wealthy relative or the success of some speculation or business bargain. Water. To dream you are drinking water, denotes great trouble and adversity. In trade, loss of business and being arrested, to the lover, it shows your sweetheart is false, prefers another, and will never marry you. Watermill. To dream of being in a watermill is a favorable omen. To the tradesman it denotes great increase of business, to the farmer, abundant crops, in love, success, a rich sweetheart and a happy marriage. Wasps. To dream that you are stung by wasps, signifies vexation and trouble by envious persons. Weasel. To dream of weasels, shows a man in love with some ill-natured woman, by whom he will be ensnared, or some domestic who will cajole his master by subtlety. Whales. If you dream you are sitting on a whale's back, it is good. As the whale is the greatest of the water animals, so the one so dreaming will become a great person and live in peace many years. Wild boar. The wild boar, in dreams, signifies a furious enemy, well furnished with all things necessary. And thus, if any one dreams he has hunted or taken a wild boar, he will chase or take some enemy that hath the same qualities as the wild boar. Wrist. To dream that your wrists are broken, is very good. It foretells that you will marry your present lover and be very happy. Walls. To dream you are walking on a crazy, old and narrow wall, denotes that you will engage in some very dangerous enterprise that will cause you much trouble and vexation. If you get down without hurting yourself, or the walls falling, then you will succeed. If the wall should fall whilst you are upon it, you will be disappointed. If you are walking between walls and the passage is very narrow and difficult, you will be engaged in some quarrel, or disagreeable affair, from which it will require great circumspection and caution on your part to disengage yourself. But if you get from between them safe, you will settle well in life, marry an agreeable partner, have children and become rich and happy. Weeping. To dream one weeps or grieves, whether it be for a friend departed or any other cause, is joy and mirth. Wheat. To dream you see or are walking in a field of wheat, is a very favorable omen, and denotes great prosperity and riches. In love, it argues a completion of your most sanguine wishes and foretells much happiness, with fine children, when you marry. If you have a lawsuit, you will gain it and you will be successful in all your undertakings. Wood. To dream you are cutting or chopping wood, clearly shows that you will be happy in your family, and become rich and respectable in life. To dream you are carrying wood upon your back shows that you will rise to affluence by your industry, but that your partner will be of a bad temper and your children undutiful. If you dream you are walking or sitting alone in an extensive wood by a running stream, it denotes that you will quickly fall in love, and also that you will be often married. To dream that you are walking or sitting there with a worthy object of your affections, betokens your speedy union, which will prove so felicitous that you will be called the happy couple. Wool. To dream you are buying or selling wool, denotes prosperity and great affluence, by means or industry and trade. To the lover, it is a favorable omen. Your sweetheart is thereby shown to be of an amiable disposition, very constant and deeply in love with you. Will. Dreaming of making your will signifies that you will live a long time in uninterrupted happiness and joy. For a woman with child to dream that she has made her will, is unfortunate, as it denotes an unfortunate trial of labor. Wren. To dream of this little bird is good, as the wren is noted for its innocence, the person so dreaming is certain of having a noble friend. But to dream you kill it, is bad. Walnuts. To dream of walnuts, portends difficulties and misfortunes in life. If you have children, your eldest son will marry a woman who will make him very unhappy. In love, it foretells infidelity and disappointment. To the seaman, storms and shipwreck. To the tradesman, loss of goods and reputation through a confidential servant. Well. If a young man dreams that he draws water out of a well, it signifies a speedy marriage to a fair maid, who will bring him a portion. If the water be troubled, he will be disturbed by her, and suddenly falls sick. If he seems to give to others clear well water to drink, it denotes that he will enrich them. But if the water be troubled, he will afflict them. If he dreams that he sees a person fall into a well, it signifies that the person dreamed of shall die quickly. Wounds. To dream you are wounded, is a very favorable omen, especially if it be with a sword. To the lover, it denotes success in your amours, and with an agreeable partner, who will be faithful and affectionate. To the tradesman, profit, and to the farmer, increase in his cattle and plentiful crops. To the sailor, a profitable voyage, with success in love. Wager. To dream you have laid a wager on some matter in dispute, or on some event that has to come off, denotes that you are in danger of being subjected to a serious accident, and that through the interposition and courage of a friend you are permitted to escape with only a slight injury. Wages. For a working man to dream that he has had his wages reduced, signifies that he is about to be removed to a more lucrative situation. To dream that he has had his wages advanced, denotes that he will shortly be without employment. Waves. To dream that you are on the seashore, and surrounded by the waves, is an indication that you will be shortly placed in very difficult and distressing circumstances, out of which it will require all your energy and perseverance to escape. Waltzing. To dream you are waltzing with some agreeable partner, is an indication that you will be subjected to some unpleasant treatment from one from whom you expected nothing but kindness. Widow. For a newly married woman to dream that she is a widow, signifies that she will be blessed with comfort and happiness in domestic life and be the mother of dutiful and obedient children. Wig. For one who has no lack of hair to dream that he wears a wig, signifies that he will be compelled to stand before a judge in a court of law, either as a criminal or as a witness. Witchcraft. For a person to dream that he has been to visit a supposed fortune teller, denotes that misfortune shall befall him. Unpleasantness in his family, treachery in his place of business and deception in those he supposed his best friends. Worms. To dream that you see a great number of worms in your path, is an indication that the death of either yourself or of someone dear to you may shortly be expected. For a young woman to dream that she has trod upon a worm that was crawling in her path, signifies that the engagement between her and her lover will be in danger of being broken off through the machinations of a jealous rival. But eventually a reconciliation will be accomplished. Wreath. For a young woman to dream that her head is adorned with the bridal wreath, is an indication that death will shortly visit either herself or someone dear to her. Wreck. To dream that you are witnessing the wreck of some vessel at a short distance from the seashore, is an indication that one in whom you reposed great confidence will deceive you. Writing. Dreaming of writing ever means nerve, 'twill grant or deny, will give or refuse. Yew tree. To dream of a yew tree, is an indication of the funeral of a very aged person, by whose death the dreamer will derive some benefit or protecting hand among the relations of the deceased person. Yeast. If a young housewife dreams that she is kneading bread with yeast, she may conclude that she will be the mother of a large family of children. Zodiac. To dream of the 12 signs of the zodiac, shows to a man that he will be a great traveler, and sail once around the world. To a woman, that she will wed a foreigner who is deeply skilled in astronomy. This concludes the Witch's Dream Book Part 1, Dreams and Their Interpretation. If you liked this video, feel free to watch the next chapter, or check out the many more audiobooks and series that will be published here.